Uchiha Madara. Hashirama, have you fought against this kind of thing, and have you won or lost each other? What a joke. Saying things like this is not just insulting Hashirama, it's insulting him. Senju Hashirama. Who is he? I don't remember. Kakuzu. Silent. Hidan. Brother Kakuzu, didn't you have a fight with first Hokage? Tell them to scare them to death. Kakuzu. Hidan, shut up, Hidan. Didn't you say so? Although you failed to assassinate first Hokage has no choice but to let you go. Senju Hashirama. Has this ever happened? Senju Tobarama. Kakuzu from Longyan Village, right? I remember, you Longyan Village issued a mission to assassinate my elder brother, but you seem to have lost a shuriken, and then I was scared away by my elder brother's burst of chakra gone. Senju Hashirama. Tobarama, I remembered what you said, it seems that there is such a thing. Uchiha Madara. Is this called a war with a win or lose? Kakuzu. Silent. What the hell, damn live broadcast room. Do you want my money? Make a suggestion, you'd better protect your own money now. Sasuke has a smile on his face under the mask. He came out with a shadow clone, what money did he bring? He just learned a new fire-style ninjutsu from Mr. Kakashi, and now he will test its power. Kakuzu frowned, not understanding what he meant. Sasuke stretched out his palm and blew lightly in the direction of Kakuzu. A small flame flew out and flew towards Kakuzu. This is... Angel's face changes drastically. How does this look like the fire-style ninjutsu he is most familiar with, fire-style head hard? Suddenly recalling what Sasuke said earlier, he hurriedly grabbed his cash box and was about to retreat, but it was already too late. Boom. The small flame exploded suddenly, turning into a terrifying sea of flames. Kakuzu didn't have time to get out. The person in the cash box were engulfed in a sea of flames together. After a while, a figure rushed out of the sea of flames, holding a burnt cash box in his hand. Click. Behind Kakuzu, a mask sticks out and splits open. However, Kakuzu doesn't care about losing a life. Looking at the cash box with only the handle left in my hand, my heart is bleeding. Orochimaru. Sasuke's fire style is getting stronger and stronger. Such a powerful ninjutsu not only does not require a seal, but it is also so light to release. Terumi Mei. What happened to that Kakuzu? It's not dead. Good guy, the tin box was burned. Why is that Kakuzu still acting like a normal person? Onoki. Takin Village is a traitor, the immortal ninja Kakuzu. It is said that he stole a certain forbidden technique from Takin Village and defected. Senju Tobarama. Hehe, now the Kakuzu of that world can brag like this in the future. I once forced Uchiha Madara to flee in embarrassment. Uchiha Madara. Crazy. Kakuzu. Goddamn Uchiha Sasuke, I'll kill you sooner or later. Son of a bitch. He actually burned the bounty he just got. Uchiha Sasuke. That is a matter of another world. What does it have to do with myself in this world? Sasuke's body got the memories sent back by Shadow Clone. He sighs in his heart. The underground black market has no information, what should I do next? Well, don't worry, let's sort out my thoughts. Sasuke frowned and began to think. Uchiha extermination is a major event, even from the perspective of Ninja Circle, it is also a major event. The underground black market has no news, and the only ones who know the relevant content should be the parties involved in Konoha's high-level executives. Participant Uchiha Itachi, excluded. Konoha's senior executives, their current strength is not enough. Perhaps, you can try to make a detour. A ninja with a certain status in Konoha should know some information that I don't. Sasuke's eyes flicker slightly. The target he thought of was Kakashi. Ms. Kakashi is the disciple of 4th Hokage, the hero of the 3rd Ninja World War, and the #1 Jonin in Konoha. It can be said that Kakashi is a person who is very close to the high-level Konoha. The question now is, Mr. Kakashi, can you trust me in this regard? Sasuke narrows his eyes slightly. This is very important. After observing for such a long time, he can probably understand that Kakashi is a person who can be relied on. But what he wants to know is information about the Uchiha genocide. If it is in case, I ask myself, but Mr. Kakashi reported it to 3rd generation. Your own situation will be very dangerous. Don't let the village know that you are looking for the truth about the genocide. That is to say, you can't directly contact Mr. Kakashi, you have to put a layer in between, and protect yourself. Sasuke's brain was running fast, gradually finalizing his idea. Hitaki Kakashi. Would you actually want to come to me? Looking at Jin Sasuke's evaluation of him, Kakashi is a little relieved. I have generally gained the trust of the other party, but it is normal for the other party to not fully trust me in finding out the truth about the genocide incident. Uchiha Sasuke. Kakashi. Do you know what? Everyone in the chat room was also very curious. Hitaki Kakashi can be said to be the first person of Konoha's new generation. Does he know anything? Sarutobi Hiruzen's heart tightened. Does Kakashi know the secret about the Uchiha genocide? No, it's impossible. Even Kakashi, he never talked about it with the other party. Hitaki Kakashi. Although I really want to answer you, I really don't know. Sasuke from another world got it wrong. How could I know any clues? Orochimaru. Sasuke doesn't seem to be going to ask directly. What is he going to do? If you ask directly, as a student of Kakashi, the other party may answer. But if there is a layer of identity separated, how could Kakashi tell the truth? Everyone became curious. What will Sasuke from another world do? The room where Kakashi stayed. End of the one-day practice guidance for Naruto. Compared to being tossed about by Sasuke before, Kakashi feels very relaxed now. Open the door. Kakashi's pupils contract instantly. Indoors, a person is sitting by the window. Tiger-striped mask, with long hair like a hedgehog. Who are you? Why are you here? Kakashi directly reveals the Sharingan, ready to fight with kunai in his hand. That person is naturally Sasuke. The same as to use shadow clone plus transformation technique to contact Kakashi. Don't be nervous. I don't mean any harm. Sasuke said with a chuckle, I'm here to tell you something, you should be interested. Sorry, I'm not interested. The three-hook jade in Kakashi's left eye freezes, and suddenly activates the illusion. No matter what the other party intends to say, try to capture the other party first, and then use the Sharingan to torture. Tisk. That's really impolite. Sasuke is not affected at all. Aren't you affected by the illusion? Seeing this scene, Kakashi became more vigilant. I suggest you sit down and listen. After all, what I want to tell you is about your father, Konoha's White Fang. Sasuke said in a leisurely tone, Father? Kakashi's eyes widened considerably. About his father. How could Sasuke know? Even Sasuke from another world is impossible. Uzumaki Naruto. Don't you want to ask about Uchiha's genocide? How did it involve Kakashi's father? Uchiha Sasuke. Idiot, a mysterious person came up and asked this kind of question. How could Kakashi answer? Nara Shikamaru. Kin Sasuke seems to be planning to somehow get Mr. Kakashi to talk, so he mentioned Konoha's White Fang. Orochimaru. Hee. I probably guessed his train of thought. Mr. Sarutobi, you are in trouble again. Sarutobi Hiruzen. What nonsense are you talking about? Frowning, Sarutobi Hiruzen couldn't understand Kim Sasuke's thoughts. Kakashi closed the door and continued to be vigilant. What are you going to say? You can say it now. No hurry, just relax. Sasuke's voice was very leisurely. He stood up, poured himself a cup of tea, and poured another cup for Kakashi. Kakashi's eyelids twitched. You really don't see the outside world. Where should I start? Sasuke tapped his temple. Konoha's White Fang Ya gave up the mission in order to save his teammates during a mission, which brought heavy losses to Konoha village. Later public opinion it intensified in Konoha village, and White Fang ended up committing suicide, isn't that right? Kakashi's expression remained unchanged, and he said, This is something that the whole ninja world knows. What do you want to say? Sasuke chuckled, and said, Then let's take a look at another clue that should be known to the whole ninja world. In what year did the Konoha's White Fang Ya incident happen? According to your Konoha calendar, it is Konoha how many years? Kakashi is unclear, so, Konoha 41, what happened? He was only 7 years old that year, and he can't remember many things clearly, but he still remembers the year at least. So, here's the problem. Sasuke looked straight into Kakashi's eyes. Kakashi was stared at inexplicably. Konoha is 41 years old, what's wrong? Alas. Sasuke sighed in distress. Sometimes I really have some doubts about the average IQ of the ninja world. I didn't expect the famous copy ninja Kakashi to be so stupid. Kakashi's forehead is throbbing with veins. Madness? He has been called a genius since he was a child, and this is the first time he has heard someone comment on him like that. Why, are you very unconvinced? Sasuke raised his head and glanced at Kakashi. Then let me remind you again, in what year did the Third Ninja World War start? Kakashi immediately replied, Konoha 43 years, after Sanagakure's third Kazekage disappeared. What's wrong with this? Is it related to his father's affairs? Well, forget it. I still don't have expectations for your IQ. Sasuke began to say to himself. 2 years before the start of the Third Ninja World War, Konoha's White Fang carried out a mission to give Wood Yi caused heavy losses. Hearing this, Kakashi frowned. Yes, at that time, the Third Ninja World War was far from beginning, and it was still an era of peace. What kind of mission did my father perform, and he had to give up the mission to save his teammates, and caused heavy losses to Konoha? Seeing Kakashi started to be puzzled, Sasuke smiled inwardly, and began to deceive himself with half-truths. I checked before. Third Kazekage suddenly announced something at about the same time as the White Fang incident, saying that he repelled the invasion of Konoha's White Fang and thwarted Konoha's evil conspiracy. Of course, I haven't found out about why Konoha's White Fang invaded and foiled Konoha's conspiracy. This passage is half true and false. The mission performed by Konoha's White Fang was indeed related to the Kingdom of Wind. Sasuke had read about it in a book, but that's all. The rest is all made up by him. Anyway, Mr. Kakashi has no way to verify Sanagakure. Sasuke continued. From the time comparison, we can probably conclude that this should refer to the mission that Konoha's White Fang gave up. But if Konoha has really suffered heavy losses, there is no reason for Sand Shinobi not to announce it, unless Sand Shinobi can't figure out what the Konoha's White Fang invasion is for. The goal of the Konoha's White Fang mission, the so-called thing that caused heavy damage to Konoha village, may not exist at all. Wonderful. Orochimaru couldn't help applauding. Uzumaki Naruto. I don't understand what they're talking about. Inuzuka Tooth. Me too. Rock Lee. Which of Sasuke's words is true and which is false? Onoki. Uchiha Sasuke's key point is one sentence. The so-called major loss of Konoha does not exist at all. Fourth Raikage. The White Fang incident is probably a well-designed conspiracy. Third Hokage, it really belongs to you. Orochimaru. The rest of Third Kazekage and Sanagakure's things are all Sasuke casually told Kakashi. He is not from Sanagakure, how could he know these things? Senju Tobirama. Hey, the way he talks leads people to think he's a Sanagakure, cunning Uchiha kid. Uzumaki Naruto. Why on earth is Sasuke making these things up? I still don't understand. Nara Shikamaru. Probably to arouse Kakashi-sensei's suspicion. Orochimaru. Kakashi has already begun to doubt, hehe, after this step is done, the rest will be easy. Kakashi's body trembled slightly. Sharingan, which was already able to be closed, is now automatically opened. My father's original mission failed, could this be a conspiracy? Father, what mission did he have to give up his teammates and caused heavy losses to Konoha? If the father committed suicide because of a conspiracy. Thinking of this, Kakashi only felt extremely strong negative emotions in his heart. There is a terrible urge to tear everything up. Kakashi, do you want to calm down too? Seeing Kakashi's grim expression, Sasuke couldn't help reminding him. You reminded me just now. How come you were like this? I'm fine. Kakashi tried his best to calm down his emotions, and looked up at the golden-framed screen in the sky. What is the truth? Parallel world. Kakashi also begins to have serious doubts. Is there any evidence for what you said? Kakashi said with some hesitation in his tone. He can't tell what mood he is in right now. Do you want the other party to have evidence, or don't want? If my father really committed suicide because of a conspiracy, then his father's death is too meaningless, right? This is about Konoha, how could I possibly come up with evidence? Sasuke said with a sneer. Kakashi breathed a sigh of relief, but couldn't help but said, so, what exactly are you trying to do? Just want to make me doubt all of this? Move your rotten brain. Okay. I've already told you the guesswork, you can check it yourself. Sasuke looks like he hates iron but not steel. How to check? Kakashi frowned. Alas. Sure enough, I shouldn't have expected the average IQ of the ninja world. Sasuke continued after a long sigh, a reminder. If you were the one who designed all of this, what would you do after completing this? Kakashi suppressed his annoyance and tried hard to think. If it was me. If this is a well-designed conspiracy, I will of course destroy the evidence next. What evidence? That mission. Kakashi's eyes lit up. If what happened to my father back then was not a conspiracy, then the records of the relevant missions should still be kept, so I can find out by myself. If my father really caused a heavy loss to Konoha, then I must at least find out what the heavy loss is. However, if not, it means that all this is a conspiracy. Sasuke looked at Kakashi and nodded with satisfaction. It seems that you have figured it out. Yes, You have successfully raised the average IQ of the ninja world. Silent. Kakashi's forehead was throbbing with veins. This bastard speaks too irritatingly. Oh shit. Listening to Sasuke's words, people in the whole ninja world could hardly help cursing inwardly. This bastard is clearly looking down on everyone's IQ. Orochimaru. Hehe, I think Sasuke's sarcasm is quite right. Tsukumo's matter is so obvious that few people can understand it. The average IQ of the ninja world is really worrying. Sarutobi Hiruzen. Orochimaru, you are here again. Onoki. Sarutobi, stop being so pushy. If you are really innocent, why don't you just explain it? Fourth Raikage. What kind of mission did Konoha's White Fang perform, and what damage did it cause to Konoha? Can Hokage help us answer it? Shimura Danzo. This is Konoha's secret, it's not your turn to find out. Sarutobi Hiruzen. That's right. Although Tsukumo's mission was not during the Ninja World War, isn't it impossible for Konoha to suffer heavy losses? Uchiha Madara. Senju Tobirama, come out and ask your good disciples. Senju Tobirama. Silent. Oh shit. This is what he takes. What have Monkey and Danzo been up to all these years? Regardless of whether the Konoha's White Fang is a conspiracy or not, if such a cage-level fighter kills himself, Hokage is already dereliction of duty enough. Sarutobi Hiruzen. Sensei, it's like this. Senju Tobirama. Forget it, don't explain, just take your time. Sarutobi Hiruzen. Yes, teacher. Feeling more and more empty. The teacher is too lazy to listen to his explanation now. I don't need to teach you how to investigate in Konoha, right? Sasuke said, looking sideways at Kakashi. No need, I will have a channel to investigate. Kakashi has black lines all over his head. Although he is only a guide to Jonin now, he has worked in Anbu for many years, and there are still many juniors who can talk. Tell Tianzing later and ask him to check it out. A friendly reminder, you should first figure out what it means to investigate, and it's best not to attract the attention of third Hokage, Sasuke reminded. Kakashi nodded with a serious expression on his face. If the father's matter is a conspiracy, then the person who designed this conspiracy. It doesn't matter who it is, but third Hokage can't get away with it anyway. Third Hokage. Maybe one of the masterminds who conspired to kill his father. The investigation process cannot attract the attention of the third generation. After thinking about this, Kakashi raised his head and looked at the person opposite. What is the purpose of telling me these things? It can't be just to tell me these things, right? Hehe. Sasuke chuckled twice. You will know my purpose. Let's talk about it after you find out about your own affairs. Speaking, flames burst out of Sasuke's body. The whole person is wrapped in flames, turning into a burning man. We will meet again, Hitaki Kakashi. After speaking, Sasuke's body in flames exploded, and sparks flew, but the person in the middle disappeared out of thin air. Kakashi looks dumbfounded. As this, time and space ninjutsu? Gold frame on screen. Sasuke's figure suddenly started to burst into flames, then exploded with a bang and disappeared. There was an explosion in the chat room. Uzumaki Naruto, Shao, disappeared? Inuzuka Tooth. Sasuke, did he develop the legendary space-time ninjutsu? Nara Shikamaru. Impossible. How can space-time ninjutsu be so simple? Senju Tobirama. Impossible. Time and space ninjutsu is not so easy to develop. I see, he is just a Muji fire style at best. Orochimaru. I also understand. Sasuke controls the acupuncture points all over his body, releases the fire style chakra, and creates the appearance of a whole body bathed in fire, but don't forget, he is a shadow clone. Shadow clone is burned by flames, so it has to explode. So, it looks like there is a feeling of Sasuke disappearing suddenly in the flames. Onoki. It will be boring in an instant if you put it bluntly. Fourth Raikage. I thought it was a space-time ninjutsu. TCH, this kind of thing can perform magic at most. Namikaze Minato. How did Sasuke release fire-style chakra from the acupuncture points all over his body? Can this also be done? Senju Tobirama. In theory, as long as chakra's controllability is strong enough. Orochimaru. It is written in my book that the ultimate of chakra controllability can freely control the chakra of every meridian and acupuncture point of the body. Hyuga Hiyashi. The revolving heaven of our Hyuga clan is like this, releasing chakra all over the body to complete 360-degree defense. Hyuga Neji. But Uchiha Sasuke doesn't roll his eyes, he can do this. Nara Shikamaru. Sasuke from another world, His chakra control ability is beyond our imagination. Boom boom boom. Kakashi's door is knocked. Restraining the shock caused by the sudden disappearance of the mysterious man, Kakashi went to open the door and found that it was Sasuke coming. Mr. Kakashi, is it convenient now? I just knocked several times and you didn't seem to hear it? Sasuke's expression is very calm, as if he doesn't know anything. It's okay. I was thinking about something just now, and I didn't hear it. Kakashi pinched his forehead, a little tangled. The brain suddenly flooded with too much information, causing some confusion. I want to investigate, but I am a little hesitant. I hope to find the truth, but I am afraid of seeing the truth. Sasuke looks at Kakashi's tangled expression, secretly happy in his heart. Confused? It's right to be entangled. He has been entangled in the conspiracy behind the Uchiha genocide since he was 7 years old. Now, this feeling can finally be experienced by others. Hitaki Kakashi. What kind of mentality? I feel less pain when others experience the same pain as me. Be sick. Nara Shikamaru. Sasuke's mentality is too strong. He just pretended to be a sand shinobi ninja in front of Mr. Kakashi, and now he can act like a normal person. Uchiha Sasuke. Kakashi, I don't even suspect that the mysterious person is me from another world. Jiraiya. Isn't it normal for Kakashi to want it? Tsunade. Who would have thought that a gifted student who is obsessed with cultivation every day is actually more scheming than anyone else? Orochimaru. Sasuke, he also specially went to see Kakashi's status, what a bold man of skill. Senju Tobirama. This kid's talent is indeed powerful, but what is even more terrifying is his scheming and disguise. Onoki. Hihi, until now, no one in that world has discovered Sasuke's inner world. Sarutobi, you in that world are finished, wait to die. Fourth Raikage. Hitaki Kakashi also began to suspect you quietly, 3rd generation, you are really dangerous. Sarutobi Hiruzen, silent. His expression twisted for a while. Sasuke in the parallel world has suspected him since he was 7 years old, and now he is frantically looking for the truth. Now Kakashi, the #1 member of Konoha's youth generation, also began to doubt him. At the same time, he in another world is completely unaware of this. It feels like it's going to be cold sooner or later. Terumi Mei. Speaking of which, didn't Uchiha Sasuke want to find out the truth about Uchiha's genocide? How did it get involved in the White Fang incident? Orochimaru. The White Fang incident is just an introduction. Sasuke needs to completely bring Kakashi into his camp and become a partner in finding the truth. Onoki. Wait until Uchiha Sasuke confirms that Hitaki Kakashi also has hostility and even hatred towards Sarutobi, then we can use Kakashi to find out the truth about Uchiha's genocide. Hitaki Kakashi. But, I really don't know the truth about these aspects. Scratch your head. He himself does not know. How does Sasuke plan to investigate from his side? Ding. The correct result of this prize quiz is option D. Congratulations to Uzumaki Naruto for answering correctly and getting the reward, Mount Myoboku Sage Mode. F*K. Everyone was caught off guard. Has the correct answer come out yet? Uzumaki Naruto. Huh. I hit it. I hit it. The people next to him looked at Naruto in shock. You guessed it right. Onoki. No. Why? Didn't you get the truth about the genocide? I don't accept it. Uchiha Sasuke. I'm not convinced either. Kakashi obviously doesn't know himself. Orochimaru. The only possibility is that Kakashi actually has clues about the truth about the genocide, but he didn't realize it himself. Boom. All eyes of the group turned to Kakashi. Kakashi. What the hell do you know? The 3-hooked jade in Sasuke's eyes opened automatically. Sarutobi Hiruzen's eyes widened. Kakashi actually has a clue about the truth about the Uchiha genocide? How can this be? This should only be known to a few of their senior management. Do I know any clues? Kakashi was sweating profusely, pulling at his hair. He didn't notice at all. Orochimaru. It's normal for Kakashi to have clues to the truth. He is in Konoha and has a relatively high status. He probably knew the key, but he didn't realize the terrifying truth hidden in it. Onoki. So, the end result is Uchiha Sasuke who got the key clue from Kakashi and discovered the truth. Nara Shirju. There is horror hidden in the details, but most people often don't notice it. Kakashi frowned further. What have you overlooked? Sasuke looks at Kakashi's upset look, and feels a little guilty in his heart. Ms. Kakashi taught himself to be very serious, but in the end he pretended to be a mysterious person to cause trouble for him. But after thinking about it, Sasuke immediately discarded the guilt. The one who really troubles Mr. Kakashi is not himself, but the truth. It is the historical truth concealed by Konoha's high-level officials. What's more, I also need to get clues about the Uchiha genocide through Mr. Kakashi. Sasuke, what can I do for you? Kakashi restrained his thoughts and said. Even if you want to investigate, you can only wait until you return to Konoha. Sasuke looked at Kakashi's agitated look, and decided to help him divert his attention. Mr. Kakashi, continue teaching ninjutsu. There should be other ninjutsu that I can use? Recently, Kakashi guides Naruto to practice during the day, but it doesn't consume much energy and chakra. But at night, Sasuke will drag him to learn ninjutsu. Just kidding. The copy ninja Kakashi who has copied thousands of ninjutsu, even if most of the ninjutsu are useless, there are still a lot of leftovers worth learning. Since this time, Sasuke has mastered more and more ninjutsu from 8 gates. Hearing this, Kakashi felt dizzy for a while. It's almost fatal. Although he has mastered a lot of ninjutsu, he can't stand Sasuke, he's a fast learner. I'm about to be hollowed out. Kakashi really wanted to tell Sasuke that he had nothing to teach, but looking at Sasuke's eyes full of longing, he felt that he couldn't say it out loud, so he still had to save face. Long sigh, Kakashi searched hard in his brain, and said. The attribute ninjutsu you can use is almost taught, let's learn something else today. Iruka. It's too miserable. I used to be like this in another world. Sasuke learns too fast, and soon there is nothing to teach. Fourth Raikage. The copy ninja Kakashi can be tossed like this, that Sasuke is really amazing. Nara Shikamaru. Sasuke's strength has improved too fast. I don't know what level he will reach when he takes the Chunin exam. Senju Tobirama. He is about to hit a bottleneck, and his strength will continue to improve. The next step is the strength of the 5 cages. This threshold is not so easy to cross. Namikaze Minato. From the strength of elite Jonin to the level of 5 cages, it takes a few years even for a genius. Orochimaru. Hehe, that's a good thing for me over there. He in another world should also covet Sasuke's body. After Sasuke found that his strength had slowed down, he threw out an olive branch, and he couldn't believe that the other party would not take the bait. Gold frame on screen. Really? It didn't take long for Kakashi to be completely hollowed out. The ninjutsu he has mastered has removed many that Sasuke can't use at all, and the rest has been taught. Kakashi sees Sasuke every day and wants to hide and run away. I have only been a mentor Jonin for a few months, and then I will say to a student, I have nothing to teach you. It's so embarrassing. Sasuke probably realized this too. Start to try to find a way to continue to improve your strength. Where is my problem now? Sasuke frowned in thought. Then found out that his biggest problem now is the amount of chakra, which cannot be solved. His chakra control ability and chakra nature transformation are fine, and the ninjutsu he has mastered is rich enough after learning from Mr. Kakashi for so long. Now it is the amount of chakra that restricts his further improvement in strength. In all fairness, he already has a lot of chakra, which is even more obvious compared to Mr. Kakashi. But if you want to leap to a higher level of strength, at least go further at the chakra level. It doesn't need to be pervert like Naruto, but the amount of chakra must be doubled or tripled at least. How to increase the amount of chakra? Sasuke feels very distressed. He originally wanted to ask Mr. Kakashi for advice, but he strangled him to death the moment the idea came up. Sasuke can probably imagine what kind of expression Mr. Kakashi will have after he asks this question. Hatake Kakashi. Hehe. I am afraid that no one in the entire ninja world wants to know the answer to this question more than him. Fourth Raikage. The amount of chakra should mainly depend on the talent of the body? Onoki. If you work hard to refine chakra the day after tomorrow, you can also increase the total amount of chakra. Terumi Mei. But Uchiha Sasuke has been working hard to refine chakra since he was a child, and there is not much potential for improvement in this area. Namikaze Minato. In fact, there is no need to worry. He is only 12 years old now. After a few years of further physical growth, the problem of chakra's weight will be solved naturally. Iruka. In other words, the problem of Sasuke can't be solved in the short term? Uzumaki Naruto. Great, Inuzuka Kiba. The day has finally come. Nara Shikamaru. Even Sasuke has finally encountered a problem that cannot be solved. Sasuke in the parallel world, since he was 7 years old, his strength has been improving at an unimaginable speed. It caused tremendous psychological pressure to those who watched the movie. Now Sasuke's strength growth has finally encountered a bottleneck, and it has to slow down. It just made people weep with joy. What the hell do you have today? In the stands, Orochimaru was in a happy mood. If you want to solve the problem of chakra volume, look for him. His curse seal can perfectly solve this problem. When Sasuke in that world finds that his strength can no longer be improved quickly, he may not be able to resist the temptation of his curse seal at that time. Thinking that he in another world is about to get a perfect genius body, Orochimaru is more eager to see the future development of another world. The next few days, Sasuke was thinking about the amount of chakra, but found nothing. In desperation, I can only try to achieve a breakthrough in ninjutsu. Mr. Kakashi taught his famous ninjutsu Chidori before, and Sasuke feels that this ninjutsu still has a certain development value. Chidori is an A-level ninjutsu of nature transformation that incorporates the thunder attribute. Sasuke intends to try to add some richer form changes to it. Then, 3 days later, the relevant research has been completed. Mr. Kakashi, these are some advanced forms I developed based on Chidori. Sasuke showed the results of these 3 days one by one. This is Chidori Sharp Gun, which can be used for long-range attacks. The specific extension depends on chakra's controllability. A blue lightning spear shoots out from Sasuke's hand. This is Chidori style. You need to release lightning-style chakra all over your body, and you can attack 360-degree enemies at the same time. Sasuke's whole body flickered with lightning, and lightning-like branches spread in all directions. This is Chidori Blade, which can greatly enhance the piercing ability of ninja gear. Sasuke cast Chidori on Kunai, and after throwing it out, it easily penetrated the rock. This is Thousand Birds. All the results are displayed one by one. Kakashi remained silent, drove the Sharingan, and copied these one by one. I have a strange feeling in my heart. Chidori is obviously a ninjutsu developed by him, but it turned out to be a flower in the hands of Sasuke. But Kakashi is no stranger to Sasuke developing a bunch of forms from the ninjutsu he created in a short period of time. This child is a monster. Pondering over those Chidori's advanced ninjutsu, Kakashi couldn't help frowning. You ninjutsu. How do you get seals? The Chidori advanced ninjutsu is very valuable to him, but how to use it? Sasuke doesn't need seals, he does. Silent. Sasuke was silent for a moment. Why don't you think about it yourself, Mr. Kakashi? Jian. What a strange thing. Sasuke feels that since his chakra control ability broke through a certain limit, he has never made a seal. Kakashi rolls his eyes. Mr. Kakashi, I hope to develop a more powerful ninjutsu. Do you have any ideas? Sasuke asks seriously. Your question is very good, why don't you think about it yourself? Kakashi said, rolling his eyes. What ideas can he have? This student can no longer teach himself. Fourth Raikage. Uchiha Sasuke's talent in lightning style is a little too much? Hateful. When will their Cloud Shinobi village produce such a lightning style genius? Iruka. So many ninjutsu have been developed so easily. Senju Tobirama. It's just some improvements in form changes, and it doesn't help Uchiha Sasuke's strength much. Orochimaru. His progress in strength has indeed encountered a bottleneck. Uzumaki Naruto. Great, the me in that world will catch up to him soon. Gold frame on screen. The next period of time. Sasuke has been trying new ninjutsu ideas, but has not achieved any breakthroughs. The problem of the amount of chakra cannot be solved, and at the same time, there is no way to develop a more powerful ninjutsu. The mood is getting more and more irritable. If this goes on, he can only wait for his age to increase his strength further. However, Sasuke has always had a sense of urgency to improve his strength because of the great hatred of genocide. One day, Naruto runs over excitedly. Fart Sasuke, let me show you my new Rasengan. Naruto separated a shadow clone, rubbed it in his hands, and a blue chakra sphere slowly emerged. After spending nearly a month, he finally learned Rasengan. I can't wait to come and show off. Sasuke frowned, opened the Sharingan and watched the chakra sphere carefully, slightly surprised in his heart. This ninjutsu seems interesting. A large amount of chakra is divided into different directions, flowing at high speed, and then compressed into such a sphere. This ninjutsu can be said to be the ultimate in chakra form change. Rasengan. It is said that it is a ninjutsu developed by 4th Hokage, it is really powerful. Sasuke stretched out his hand, according to his understanding of this ninjutsu, released chakra from different acupuncture points in his palm, controlled the flow in different directions, and then compressed it into a sphere. Buzz. An identical blue chakra sphere formed in Sasuke's hands. Naruto. Silent. Mouth opened, the Rasengan in my hand dissipated because I forgot to maintain it. The brain froze completely. No, you actually. Naruto stammered, pointing at Sasuke, feeling very complicated. I practiced Rasengan for a month. Why did Sasuke learn it at a glance? It's not fair. Is there still reason? It is indeed a very powerful ninjutsu and has great potential for development. Sasuke nodded and commented. Looking at Naruto, Sasuke couldn't help but feel malicious in Chunin. Naruto. A major feature of this ninjutsu is that it doesn't need a seal and can be cast instantly, so I suggest you try to use it without shadow clone. Also, the shape change of this ninjutsu is very powerful. If chakra nature transformation is added, the power may be very powerful, and it may reach the level of S-level ninjutsu. You can try to develop in this direction later. Naruto. Silent. Pointing at Sasuke with trembling fingers, speechless. Oh, I almost forgot. Congratulations, Naruto, you have successfully learned a very powerful ninjutsu. Sasuke said with a bright smile on his face. Ah. Naruto finally couldn't take it anymore, hugged his head and yelled. Damn, hate. Why is Sasuke congratulating him, but he feels even more uncomfortable when he hears it. Seeing Naruto's appearance, Sasuke felt a little joy in his heart, only felt that the irritability and depression of the past few days were almost wiped away. Uzumaki Naruto. Ah, why is this happening? I'm so pissed off. Inuzuka Tooth. If I were Naruto, I might be so angry that I would fight Sasuke to my death. Nara Shikamaru. Sasuke from another world is too dark. Jiraiya. I can understand that feeling. When I learned Rasengan and showed it to Minato, Minato had a very flat expression. Uzumaki Kushina. Damn. Makoto, take care of your Sasuke. Uchiha Makoto. Kushina, calm down, that's something from another world. Stayed in the land of waves for about a month. Finally there is an echo from the other side. This is the 35 million taels we prepared, please count it. Bai respectfully handed over the cash box in his hand. Why are you the only one? If you don't kill him, why don't you come over? Sasuke squinted at Shiro and said. Bai smiled awkwardly, and said, if you don't cut off the adults, the wounds have not fully healed. Actually, it's because I'm afraid that after Sasuke collects the money, he will detain others. And Zai Buzan has been psychologically shadowed by Sasuke last time, whether it is physically or psychologically. I don't want to see Sasuke at all, so let Bai Lai pay the money. Okay. Sasuke took the money and brought the beheading knife over. You still owe me 15 million taels, remember, this beheading knife can be used by you temporarily, but before the money is settled, this knife still belongs to me. Yes, we understand. Bai Lao nodded honestly. Next, I and Mr. Zai Buzan may have to work hard to earn money so that I can pay off the beheading sword. I don't know if I can get rid of the debt. Actually, I really hope that you can just renege on your debts. Sasuke saw Bai's inner thoughts and said, in this way, next time I meet you, I can arrest you and sell you to the underground black market without any psychological burden. Bai was startled, and said awkwardly, how come, Mr. Zabuzan and I will work hard to pay back the money. After Bai left, Sasuke distributed 15 million taels to Kakashi. Zai Fu Zan was caught by me, and his 20 million taels belong to me. The 15 million taels of the Ice Escape Ninja belong to you. Kakashi's eyelids twitched. This is 15 million taels. Sasuke is so generous. Seeing that Sasuke's attitude seems very firm, Kakashi didn't make much excuses. Well, if this is the case, the three of us will divide the 15 million taels equally. Naruto, little Sakura, you two are 5 million taels each. An S-level task is generally only 1 million taels. 5 million taels is a huge sum of money for him, let alone Naruto and little Sakura. Huh? Do we have any more? Naruto people are stupid. 5 million taels. How many bowls of Ichiraku ramen is enough? Little Sakura accepted it directly, and said sweetly to Sasuke. Just deposit my share with Mr. Sasuke, and Mr. Sasuke can use it directly if needed. The mission of the Land of Waves is over, and the 4 members of the 7th class set off on their way home. Dao Di will not cut again. Damn it, that's all his money. He and Bai had worked hard for several years to save 35 million taels, and they were wiped out in an instant, and they were also in debt of 15 million taels. I feel like my heart is broken. Bai, great, Master Zai Buzan from another world survived. Uzumaki Naruto, 5 million. When can I have so much money? Inuzuka Tooth. Damn it, I want to be teammates with Sasuke from that world. Rock Lee. Although being a teammate with Sasuke will suffer some psychological blows, there may be a surprise of the level of 5 million taels. Akamichi Choji. Envy, 5 million taels, I don't know how long it will last. Ebisu. Damn it, I was so moved after seeing it. Yuhihong. 5 million taels is a huge sum of money for Jonin. Nara Shikamaru. Actually, Sasuke in that world is quite good to his companions, but his mental quality is stronger. On the gold-framed screen, the picture slowly dimmed. The Wave Country mission in the parallel world is over. On the silver-framed screen, the Chunin exam experience began to play. The 7th class has experienced a lot of experience in the country of waves, and their strength has improved a lot, and they all participated in the Chunin exam. Before the start of the first test, Sasuke encountered a challenge from Rock Lee. He thought he could easily handle the opponent, but found that his body could not keep up with the opponent's speed at all. After passing the first exam, the three of Sasuke were attacked by Orochimaru in the Forest of Death. Sasuke, who had almost lost his will to fight, was stimulated by Naruto to muster up the courage to fight Orochimaru fiercely, but in the end he was defeated, was planted with a curse mark, and fell into a coma. The Sound Ninja Trio strikes. Sasuke explodes with powerful power through the curse seal, but his temperament changes drastically and he almost loses control. In the preliminaries before the third test, Sasuke struggled to defeat his opponent under the side effect of the curse seal. Kakashi temporarily controlled Sasuke's seal through the seal. Uchiha Fugaku. Orochimaru. Why are you targeting Sasuke? Orochimaru. Hehe, naturally because of Sasuke's talent, he has value that I value. Jiraiya. Orochimaru, did you still complete that forbidden technique? Uchiha Makoto. Can that curse mark be disposed of? I hope Sasuke will not be harmed. Onoki. The contrast is so great. In another world, Uchiha Sasuke was easily captured alive, but in this world, Orochimaru was so frightened that he lost his fighting spirit. Hitaki Kakashi. Orochimaru and Zabuzan can't be generalized at all. How embarrassing, he was also scared off by Orochimaru once. Momochi no more chopping. Hehe, it looks like it's Orochimaru's turn next, I'm looking forward to it. Red Sand Scorpion. Orochimaru, don't be so embarrassing next time. Orochimaru. Hey, don't you guys think that Sasuke can make me roll over? I underestimated him too. Although Sasuke from another world is indeed very talented and very strong. But he is Orochimaru, veteran cage-level powerhouse in the ninja world. At most, they will be caught off guard by Sasuke's strength. But want to turn him over? Impossible, absolutely impossible. On the gold-framed screen, Sasuke's experience in the parallel world begins to play. The 7th team returns from the land of waves. As soon as Kakashi entered Konoha village, he directly announced his disbandment, and then left in a hurry. Mr. Kakashi, why are you in such a hurry? Naruto is puzzled. With Kakashi's temperament, he is usually late for several hours. Why do you feel so anxious today? Sasuke naturally knew that Kakashi couldn't wait to investigate the Konoha's White Fangya incident. Without further explanation, the three planned to go back to their respective homes to rest. At a certain intersection, Sasuke narrowed his eyes. Over there are two ninjas from Sand Shinobi, who seem to have a conflict with 3rd Hokage's grandson. Ah. There is such a good thing, in spite of 3rd Hokage's grandson, it's better to be beaten. Naruto seems to have a good relationship with 3rd Hokage's grandson, well, Naruto can't be allowed to pass. Naruto, do you want to have a dinner together? I treat you. Sasuke points to the other side of the road and says. HMPH. I have 5 million taels now, and I must be the one to treat you today. Naruto is finally rich now, and he seems confident in his speech. 3 people just turned around. Brother Naruto, save me. Konohamaru's voice came from behind. Well. Sasuke couldn't help but sigh in his heart. Naruto next to him has rushed back to save people. Uzumaki Naruto. Ah. Why would that Sasuke want Konohamaru to be beaten? Uchiha Sasuke. You super idiot, didn't you understand the previous content at all? Nara Shikamaru. Sasuke over there, he now suspects that the person behind the Uchiha genocide may be, well, you know. Orochimaru. Hehe, Minato, your son has not inherited your IQ at all. Namikaze Minato. Naruto, his brain is indeed too big. The hostility of Sasuke in the parallel world towards 3rd Hokage and the Sarutobi clan can be seen by almost everyone. Naruto tries to rush to save Konohamaru, but suddenly falls down. Damn it. Something tripped me up. Naruto is completely confused. Sasuke came over helplessly. Although he doesn't care about 3rd Hokage's grandson, and even hopes that the other party will be beaten, but Naruto is his teammate, and he can't watch Naruto suffer. Naruto, you need to use your brain before doing things, and observe carefully. The other party is someone from Sanagakure, who can use the chakra silk thread to manipulate puppets from the air. Sasuke explained. Ah? What is the chakra thread? Where did he manipulate the puppet? Naruto scratched his head, still didn't understand. Silent. Sasuke was completely speechless. Naruto, you usually have time to read more books, at least add some common sense. Naruto doesn't understand anything at all. How did he graduate from the ninja school? Hehe. As Konoha's genin at this level. Kankuro changed from grabbing Konohamaru's collar to choking his neck with a very arrogant look. Sasuke silently nodded in his heart. Here you go. Brother Naruto. I can't breathe. Konohamaru's face gradually turned red. Damn it. Let me go of Konohamaru. Naruto immediately cast Shadow Clone and started making balls, and the blue Rasengan quickly emerged. This is. Kankuro's pupils shrink. Chakra formed a materialized sphere. How could this reckless Konoha genin kid know this level of ninjutsu? Seeing Naruto rushing towards him, Kankuro repeated his old trick, but this time he failed to interfere with Naruto, instead he was easily dodged by a jump. Seeing Naruto rushing towards him with a Rasengan in hand, Kankuro hastily dodges to dodge. Boom. Rasengan hit the wall behind, and the wall collapsed. Gudong. Kankuro swallowed, cold sweat dripped down his forehead. If he hit him like this, he might die on the spot. This brat. Little devil, you've angered me. Kankuro pulled the bandage violently, planning to use the puppet on his back. Patter. Sudden and crisp sounds. Kankuro still doesn't understand what happened. I suggest you stand still and don't move, otherwise, your head will fall off. Sasuke kindly reminded. What are you talking about? Kankuro just wanted to move on, when he found that his neck hit some filament. Looked carefully, only to find that my neck has been completely sealed by the steel wire. I don't know when several shurikens were hit on the walls on both sides, and the steel wires tied to them wrapped around his neck. If he had moved a little more just now, his head might have been cut off. Looking at Sasuke on the opposite side, Kankuro dare not move. Konoha's genin, are they all this scary? This beautiful lady. I also hope to persuade your teammates to calm down. If you are not in your own village, it is better to be careful. Sasuke showed a trademark smile, and said to Temari on the side. Buzz. Temari only felt his heartbeat start to speed up. So handsome. Not only is he handsome, but he also speaks nicely. Ahem. My brother is causing you trouble. Temari said with a slightly awkward expression, looking at Sasuke evasively. Huh? Is he your brother? It's really. Well, it's not obvious. Sasuke glances back and forth, looks at Temari, then at Kankuro. These two are siblings? This younger brother's looks somewhat damaged Sanagakure's image, right? Kankuro. Damn it. How did I damage San Shinobi's image? Gaara. I think he's right. Temari. Puff. Cough cough. Sorry, Kankuro, I didn't laugh. Kankuro. Silent. Damn, this house can't stay any longer. Kankuro, don't embarrass yourself here. A voice suddenly came from the side. The sand floats up and pushes aside the shuriken nailed to the wall, allowing Kankuro to break free from the wire. Gaara. Kankuro became more nervous when he saw his younger brother. Sasuke narrowed his eyes slightly, looking at Gaara who suddenly appeared. Very dangerous. His intuition is calling the police. There seems to be some kind of terrifying power hidden in this guy. Sanagakure. One-tail Shuzuru's Jinchuriki? Sasuke secretly guessed, then turned to look at Naruto beside him. If he guessed correctly, Naruto should be Konoha's 9 tails Jinchuriki. 9 tails should be the strongest tailed beast, but he has never seen the aura of 9 tails from Naruto. On the contrary, the 1 tails Jinchuriki in front of him obviously gives people a dangerous feeling. Orochimaru. Hehe, that's because Sanagakure's sealing technique is too bad, so the breath of the tailed beast will be exposed. Luo Sha. Silent. Although I would like to refute it, it is true. The two sides did not continue to clash. It's just that Sasuke feels that the guy named Gaara seems to have murderous intentions towards him. Why did people from Sanagakure appear in the village? Little Sakura said with some puzzlement. The Chunin exam will probably be held. Sand Shinobi is an ally of Konoha. This time it may be a Chunin exam jointly held with Sand Shinobi. Sasuke replied casually. Boss, from today on you are my boss. Konohamaru excitedly ran toward Sasuke, his face full of admiration. Boss, your shuriken throwing technique is amazing, can you teach me? Swipe twice, and the guy who bullied me has been locked by a steel wire. It's completely superb shuriken technique, buzz. Sasuke's Sharingan is automatically turned on, and a cold breath suddenly erupts from his body. Looking down at Konohamaru with an indifferent expression. Silent. Konohamaru froze in fright, his legs went limp, and he collapsed on the ground. There was a burst of warmth in the crotch, and I was so frightened that I lost control. Call. Sasuke took a deep breath, looked up at the sky, and closed Sharingan. Try hard to control my churning emotions. Uzumaki Naruto. What happened? Why did Sasuke suddenly turn on Sharingan? Hatake Kakashi. Sasuke's way of throwing shuriken is unique to the Uchiha clan. The grandson of the third generation mentioned Uchiha Shuriken in front of Sasuke, and Sasuke's emotions were stimulated. Senju Tobirama. His pupil power is becoming more and more active, it is dangerous to continue like this. Uchiha Madara. Hehe. Isn't it necessary to awaken Mangekyo? There is no danger. With Uchiha Sasuke's aptitude, it is completely enough to open Mangekyo Sharingan, but it only needs an opportunity to open his eyes. Senju Tobirama. When he really activates Mangekyo, I'm afraid the first thing he will do is to take revenge on Konoha. Onoki. Is there such a good thing? Fourth Raikage. Happy death. Hope Uchiha Sasuke awakens Mangekyo Sharingan soon. Senju Hashirama. Ah. It's best not to get to that point. Don't you have a tutor? Go let him teach you, I don't have time. Sasuke said indifferently. This third Hokage's grandson, although he is still in the ninja school, already has a special Jonin as his tutor. Oh, third Hokage really has high hopes for this grandson. Konohamaru, hehe, this name is really interesting. Onoki. Indeed, Sarutobi, your thoughts are so naked that you are almost undisguised. Fourth Raikage. My son led the team by Ino Shikacho, and the team he pursued was led by the heirs of Konoha's major ninja clans, and his grandson also took the name Konohamaru, haha. Onoki. If you don't want to be Sarutobi, you can simply change the name of Konoha village to Sarutobi village. Sarutobi Hiruzen. I named Konohamaru in the hope that he will become a pillar of Konoha in the future, please don't slander me. Luo Sha. Really? Arrange a special Jonin as a tutor for a student who is still in the ninja school. Who else in the ninja world can do such a luxury? Orochimaru. When Sasuke wanted to learn chakra nature transformation, there was no Jonin who could teach him, so he could only learn by himself. Onoki. Sarutobi, you are very good. You have arranged Mr. Jonin for your grandson early. Sarutobi Hiruzen. You guys. The stands. Sarutobi Hiruzen's chest heaved in anger. Hehe, teacher Sarutobi, it seems that this live broadcast room is really unfriendly to you. Orochimaru on the side said with a smile, shut up. Sarutobi Hiruzen let out a roar. He was getting more and more uneasy now. In the parallel world, Uchiha Sasuke is getting more and more dangerous. In this world, more and more things about him are exposed. If this continues, there will really be big trouble. Naruto. I told you before that the key to the ninjutsu of Rasengan is Muji instant cast. Think about it, if you instant Rasengan when you approached the opponent just now, the opponent would not be able to dodge. Sasuke tried to calm down, and said to Naruto. Cut. I can do it soon. Naruto pouted. By the way, Naruto, you broke a wall just now, remember to go later. To the police force to pay for it. We won't have dinner today, see you tomorrow. Sasuke squeezed his eye sockets, then turned and left. What happened to me recently? Including the time when I was irritated by Zabuzan, I could feel that Sharingan's pupil power seemed to be agitated. And every time this happens, my emotions seem to be very active and difficult to control. What is the reason? Uchiha Madara, ha ha ha. Sure enough, he is not far from awakening Mangekyo, perhaps at the moment when he knows the truth about the genocide. Senju Tobirama. Evil Uchiha is trouble. Onogi, Konoha pill, Sarutobi pill. Kakashi enrolls the three of Sasuke for the Chunin exam. Although in Kakashi's view, Taking the Chunin exam with Sasuke's strength is a bit bullying. However, he has been investigating the White Fang incident recently, and he has no time to take the 7th class to do tasks or practice. Only 3 people are allowed to take the Chunin exam. As for Kakashi's recent state, Sasuke has always been watching. Anxiety, entanglement, hesitation, irritability. It has always been these emotions. From these emotions, it can be seen that Kakashi probably hasn't been able to find anything yet. Seeing this, Sasuke can only suppress his growing agitation. Not urgent. When Mr. Kakashi finds out the results, I will not be far away from seeing the truth of the Uchiha genocide. As for now, let's work hard to improve our own strength. Recently, Sasuke's irritability is partly due to the fact that the truth of Uchiha's genocide is difficult to find out. On the other hand, it is because my strength has encountered a bottleneck. Limited by his age and the amount of chakra in his body, his strength can no longer improve as quickly as before. This problem must be solved. Sage Mode. Konoha Sannin has signed contracts with the 3 holy places respectively, and in the 3 holy places, Mount Myoboku, Wetbone Forest and Ryuchi Cave, all have legendary immortal art inheritance. The so-called Sage Mode refers to using one's own chakra and natural energy to combine into a fairy chakra. Sasuke is holding a book in his hand, meditating secretly. If you have mastered the magic technique, you can use natural energy to synthesize the magic technique chakra, which can be regarded as an increase in the amount of chakra in disguise. But, whether it's Konoha Sannin or the 3 great holy lands, where do I find it? Well, Sasuke couldn't help sighing. It's too difficult to continue to improve your strength rapidly. Orochimaru. Hey, I'm really looking forward to the future development now. Unexpectedly, Sasuke from another world actually set his sights on Shienju. It couldn't be better. His curse seal was developed based on Chongwu's physique that can utilize natural energy. It can be said that his curse seal is a simplified Sage Mode. If Sasuke wants to solve Chakra's problem through magic, he must not be able to resist his temptation. Uchiha Fugaku. Orochimaru, you bloody bastard. Hitaki Kakashi. The Sasuke situation in the other world is very dangerous, and Orochimaru is not so easy to deal with. Jiraiya. After Orochimaru on the other side sees Sasuke's talent, I'm afraid he will definitely win Sasuke's body. Orochimaru. Hehe. Maybe I'll simply choose to take Sasuke away. Meet such a perfect body. What kind of Konoha collapse plan is going on? Just capture Sasuke back and reincarnate. Iruka. Then what to do? Can Sasuke over there protect himself? 4th Raikage. Although that Uchiha Sasuke is strong, facing Orochimaru, it is still not enough to watch. Terumi Mei. If you give him a few more years, he should be fine. But now his improvement has slowed down. Onoki. Hey, I think you guys are overthinking. Uchiha Sasuke on the other side has excellent talent and strength on the one hand, but what is even more terrifying is this guy's calmness and rationality. How could such a little monster who has been permeable since he was a child fall so easily? Sasuke searched a lot of information again. However, there are really very few records about fairy arts, and they are basically only the roads of the 3 holy lands. In desperation, I can only give up this road temporarily. Sage Mode uses the free natural energy in the ninja world. What inspiration can this bring to me? Sasuke felt that he suddenly had a new idea. I can't perceive natural energy, but can I use the power of nature in some way to enhance the power of my ninjutsu? Sasuke feels that this idea is feasible, but he can't think of how to realize it for a while. The more I think about it, the more irritable I become. Sharingan is excitedly opened. Forget it, don't be in a hurry, I can find a way after all. Sasuke puts down the book in his hand. I'm going to take the Chunin exam in a few days, and my strength won't improve much in a short time. During this time, it is better to help little Sakura, Ino and Hinata to improve their strength. Daily training of Yuhi Hong's class. Do you want to take little Hinata away for special training for a few days? You mean, teacher, my training effect is not as good as yours? Yuhi Hong hears Sasuke's request, and feigns anger. How can it be? I'm worried that teacher Hong loves Hinata too much and is reluctant to train seriously, so I plan to take time to train with Hinata seriously. Sasuke dealt with it skillfully. Peeved. What you said makes sense. Little Hinata is so cute, I really can't bear to play hard. Yuhi Hong gently pinches Hinata's face. Obviously, Sasuke's answer put her in a good mood. Suddenly thought of something, Yuhi Hong couldn't help but sigh lightly. Oh, If only Asuma could speak half as well as you. No, it would be a tenth as good as yours. That Asuma guy is still explaining until now, saying that he helped him in class assignment out of good intentions. I hope I can understand. This guy doesn't understand his own thoughts at all. Sasuke rolled his eyes slightly and said, Ms. Asuma probably cares about Mr. Hong, right? I heard from Ino that Mr. Asuma has been troubled recently. I don't know how to explain it to you, Mr. Hong. Yuhi Hong raised his eyebrows. He's still troubled. Could it be that he thinks I'm making trouble for no reason? Sasuke quickly waved his hands, with a very embarrassed look. No, why would Mr. Asuma say that? However, seeing Sasuke's appearance, Yuhi Hong confirmed her guess. Sarutobi Asuma actually spoke ill of her in front of the students. Sasuke was very happy seeing Kurenai Yuhi's expression sinking. Hehe. Sowing discord is so interesting. Especially if one of them is from the Sarutobi clan, it will be more interesting to sow dissension. It doesn't matter whether Sarutobi Asuma said it or not, but he can't explain it anyway. It is conceivable that the relationship between Teacher Hong and Sarutobi Asuma will continue to froze. Well, just thinking about it makes me feel happy, and even the irritability of slowing down the strength improvement has been relieved a lot. Sarutobi Asuma. F** King Bastard. IF** K beep 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 beep. Yamanaka Ino. Sasuke over there is horrible. Nara Shikamaru. And it's completely invisible. Iruka. It's a good thing I didn't offend Sasuke over there. Next. Sasuke came to the Sarutobi Asuma class and also planned to take Ino away. Sarutobi Asuma didn't say anything, and agreed directly, then pulled Sasuke away quietly, and asked in a low voice. Sasuke, I've explained to Hong many times during this time, but why hasn't Hong forgiven me? Although it is a bit embarrassing to ask such a question to a junior. But Sarutobi Asuma really can't help it. Among my peers, there are still a bunch of singles now. On the contrary, it is Sasuke, who can make 3 girls live in peace at a young age. It's better to ask Sasuke directly. Sasuke's heart is secretly happy, and his brain is running fast. Ms. Asuma's way of speaking probably didn't impress Teacher Hong, right? There is also a need to learn about speaking. Sarutobi Asuma hurriedly asked. Well, how to improve the ability to talk to girls? Simple. Sasuke takes out a book from his pocket. Jiraiya's latest masterpiece, Intimate Violence. He bought 2 books, one to read by himself, and the other was originally intended to be given to Mr. Kakashi, but seeing Mr. Kakashi's recent state, he should not be in the mood to read this anymore. I've been watching this series since I was a child, and learned it little by little. This is the latest masterpiece published by Master Jiraiya, and I will give it to you, Teacher Asuma. Sasuke handed over the Intimate Violence. Is it okay to just watch this? Sarutobi Asuma hesitated. Isn't Kakashi always watching Heaven, but he's still single now? Sasuke explained. That's because Mr. Kakashi didn't take the initiative to look for him. It is enough for him to be accompanied by Mr. Guy. Otherwise, with Mr. Kakashi's face, it is not easy to find a girlfriend? What you said makes sense. Sarutobi Asuma nodded. Sasuke continued. So, Mr. Asuma, you have to study hard. The way girls like to speak and their psychological patterns can be found here. Really? Sarutobi Asuma's eyes burst into light, holding the affectionate violence in both hands, treating it like a treasure. Thank you. Sarutobi Asuma is more and more grateful to Sasuke in her heart. If it weren't for him, the relationship between me and Hong would probably become more and more rigid. Little things. Sasuke waved his hand, and his heart burst into laughter. Intimate Paradise. A book written by a super-aged single dog, Sarutobi Asuma. An older single dog reads it, it will only learn more and more crooked. At the beginning, I went through detours on it. But fortunately, if I say something wrong, I can finally solve the problem by swiping my face. But Sarutobi Asuma, I don't have this condition at all. In the chat room, Sarutobi Asuma has already scolded Blooming. A steady stream of swear words come out. Nara Shikamaru, Sensei Asuma, please be more rational. Sarutobi Asuma. Sane. How can you tell me to be sane? I beep 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 beep. Inuzuka Tooth. It's too miserable, I have to thank him for being sold by Sasuke. Aburame Shino. Whether it's Teacher Hong or Teacher Asuma, they are all played by Sasuke between applause. Jiraiya. How can my book lead people to crooked people? Maybe the Sarutobi Asuma in that world has read my book, and her speaking rank has improved. Orochimaru. Jiraiya, you still have to be a little bit hard on your heart. Tsunade. Hee hee. Just Jiraiya, you still want to teach others about the things you wrote. You are dying of laughter. The relationship between Sarutobi Asuma and Yuhihong is over. Jiraiya. You guys. Minato, tell me. Is there something wrong with my writing in Heaven of Intimacy? Namikaze Minato. Mr. Jiraiya, stop talking. At the beginning, he had also read Teacher Jiraiya's Intimate Paradise, learned a few words from it, but was almost scolded to death by Kushina. Orochimaru. It's hard to stretch. Jiraiya, your disciples have seen your level clearly. Jiraiya. Damn it. There's something wrong with what I wrote. If what I wrote is wrong, then why is Kissing Paradise so popular? Terumi Mei. Generally speaking, singles write the best content in this area. After all, people who read it are often a bunch of singles. Jiraiya. Silent. Hitaki Kakashi pierced my heart. On the practice field, Sasuke brought together small Sakura, Ino, and Hinata. Although the Chunin exam is in the form of a team, in the end it is still necessary to examine the combat strength of a single person. And the Chunin exam will have a death quota, and candidates are allowed to attack and even kill each other. You must be serious. Sasuke said with a serious expression. Huh? I thought Sasuke-kun was just looking for an excuse to come and accompany us. Is it really for special training? Ino was a little disappointed, and wanted to hang on Sasuke's body and put his arms around Sasuke's neck to act like a baby. Be serious. I'm serious. Sasuke's face turned cold, and his voice became stern. Don't treat the Chunin exam as a ninja school graduation exam. If you are careless in the Chunin exam, you may really die. Seeing the three girls was shocked, Sasuke continued to add. Little Sakura. Yes. I will work hard for special training. Hinata. Me too, Ino. Woo. I understand, I will get serious. Sasuke looked at Ino's aggrieved look, and felt a little soft-hearted. After all, it's my girlfriend, so it's good to be serious about training, but you don't have to be too strict in other aspects. Ahem, if you train hard, the one who performs the best, I will date her all day alone. Sasuke coughed twice and said, Moment. The eyes of the three girls brightened up. The enthusiasm was mobilized all of a sudden. HMPH. I'm in the same team as Sasuke-kun, and I practice hard every day. The best performance must be me. Little Sakura looks confident. I'll let my dad teach me a new family secret when I get home tonight. Ino's determination to win and lose also rose. I will not lose to you guys, Hinata said eagerly. I can date Sasuke alone for a whole day. Although such a reward is a bit embarrassing, Hinata also wants to win it very much. Inuzuka Kiba. I'm going crazy. Why did you make me watch this? Why does Sasuke have so many girls fighting over him? Aburame Shino. First you have to have Sasuke's face, then you have to have Sasuke's talent and strength, and then you have to be able to talk like Sasuke. Nara Shikamaru. It's so troublesome, it's better to be single. Yamanaka Ino. HMPH, I must be the one who will win in the end. Little Sakura has no family secrets, and Hinata is too weak. The final winner must be her. Next. Sasuke started several days of special training with the three girls. Little Sakura, although you have learned a little magic power technique from me, but be careful that this consumes a lot of chakra, remember not to use it casually. Also, be especially careful in close combat with people, the opponent may use poison. Sasuke commented to little Sakura. Yes. I will prepare the antidote in advance. Little Sakura said seriously. Ino, your heart-turning technique can now turn. Is it an advanced heart-turning clone technique? Not bad. However, what if I punch myself like this? Sasuke gestures to attack himself. Impossible. After being hit by my heart-turning clone technique, my body should be under my control. Why would I attack myself again? Ino asked back. It's impossible for a person with a medium skill to attack himself, so what about other people? What if his teammates attack him directly? How? How is it possible? Aren't they teammates? Don't apply your existing cognition to other villages, such as Kirigakure. They even had this kind of rule. If you want to graduate from the ninja school, you must kill one of your classmates. Also, there is such a thing. Not only Ino, but Sakura and Hinata are stunned. Are the ninjas in other villages so cruel? In short, Ino, you have to remember that if you control someone else's body, then you also have to guard against the other teammate. Sasuke reminded seriously. Yes. Thank you Sasuke-kun. Ino took it down seriously. When she is controlling someone else's body, if she is attacked, her spirit will be injured. Yamanaka Ino. Indeed. The ninjas in Yinin village were like this before, and they attacked their companions directly. Nara Shikamaru. Sasuke is really good, I feel like he can be the guide Jonin. Aburame Shino. No matter in terms of strength or guidance, Sasuke over there is enough to be a qualified guide Jonin. Yamanaka Hayi. The Ino over there actually learned the mind-changing clone technique in advance. Damn it, it's because of a brat. Hyuga Hiyashi. My family Hinata also practiced harder because of this brat. Damn it. The eyes of the two old fathers were burning. Yamanaka Ino. He. I have learned a more powerful family secret technique, and solved the shortcoming of the heart-turning technique that cannot turn. The best performance must be me. Haruno Sakura. I also performed really well. Hitaki Kakashi. The little Sakura and Ino in the parallel world are stronger than our side, is it because of love? Tisk. However, the next scene made them astonished. Hinata opened her eyes, alternated her hands and quickly hit Sasuke. Gentle fist method, 8 trigrams, 8 palms. 16 palms, 32 palms. Hyuga Hiyashi, 32 palms, Hinata over there has reached this level. Hinata from the parallel world is so powerful. My daughter here seems to be able to hit 16 palms barely. Hyuga Hanabi. My sister is amazing. Yu Hahone. No. It's not over yet. Gold frame on screen. After hitting 32 palms, Hinata didn't appear to be exhausted, and continued to attack Sasuke with his hands interlaced quickly. 36 palms, 42 palms, 48 palms, 56 palms. 8 trigrams 64 palms. Hinata shouted lightly, all 64 palms were struck together. Hyuga Neji. That young lady with a weak personality can actually do this. Hyuga Hiyashi. It shouldn't be. How can the difference between the two sides be so big? Yuhihong. Is it because of Sasuke's influence? Hitaki Kakashi. It should be more than that. After hitting all 64 palms, for Hinata on our side, neither physical strength nor chakra is enough to support it. Might Guy. It can't be because the Hinata over there eats more? A group of people fell silent. Impossible. This reason is outrageous. Hyuga Hiyashi. In short, you can eat as much Hinata as you want in the future. Whether it's for that reason or not, there's nothing wrong with giving it a try. Crack. Sasuke couldn't help applauding, approving, not bad. Although one palm didn't work, it is commendable for Hinata to be able to complete it. It's not in vain that I have been blacklisted by countless cafeterias with my Hinata in the past few years. In addition to body, I also received feedback in terms of strength. Hinata was slightly out of breath, and when she heard Sasuke's words, her mood instantly exploded like a firework. I just feel that my serious cultivation in the past few years is worth it. The little Sakura and Ino on the side are dumbfounded. Is this still the soft-tempered Hinata? Based on Hinata, your current 8 trigrams palms, if nothing else happens, is enough for the Chunin exam. But your Hyuga's 8 trigrams palms, well, how should I put it? I feel that the upper limit is not enough. Sasuke said as tactfully as possible. I hit dozens of slaps in a flashy manner, but I missed a single one. The supercilious eyes of the Hyuga clan are obviously the same as Uchiha's Sharingan, the blood successor of the pupil technique. Why are they just embroidering their legs like this? Beautiful fists and embroidered legs? Hyuga Hiyashi exploded directly. This bastard. No one in the whole ninja world has ever commented on their white eyes and gentle fist like this. Fourth Raikage. In terms of combat effectiveness, Bayan is the same, and the strategic significance of reconnaissance is a bit more. Onoki. Indeed, being hit by 8 trigrams palms is also hurt, and being stabbed by kunai is also hurt. The difference seems to be not big. Senju Tobarama. The Hyuga clan is a group of conservative old and young, just wait to fall with their gentle fist. Although he is hostile to Uchiha, he has to admit that the Uchiha clan is indeed strong. Especially the Uchiha of Sanguyu, who are basically elite Jonin, are very strong in all aspects and have no shortcomings. Not to mention Mangekyo. As for the Hyuga clan, hey. Even if Uchiha is gone, there is no need to be hostile and guard against them. Hinata, your white eyes and pupils are very powerful, but there is no need to focus on gentle fist to improve your strength. Sasuke suggested. If he has time, he would like to make a strength improvement plan for Hinata. But my own problems are not resolved yet, let's let the others go first. So, The best performer in the special training these days is Hinata. Everyone should have no objections. Sasuke announces to the three girls. Little Sakura and Ino, although envious, obediently surrendered. I didn't expect Hinata, who usually doesn't look like a mountain or leak water, to be so powerful. After a day of relaxing with Hinata, the next day. Chunin exam, the first exam room. What has Mrs. Kakashi been doing recently? Why can't I even see anyone? Naruto is puzzled. In the past, Kakashi was late at most. Now it's completely gone. Maybe something happened recently. Sasuke dealt with it casually, raised his legs and walked upstairs. I hope Mr. Kakashi can find out the result as soon as possible. Walking to the second floor, I saw someone blocking the way in front of a door in front. It seemed to be two Chunins. The number on the door was 301, which was where their examination room was located. Sasuke's mouth twitched. This kind of idiot's illusion trap, only fools will be fooled. Is Konoha Chunin's illusion at this level? However, as soon as he had this thought, he saw Naruto turn his head and was about to walk over there. Uzumaki Naruto. Damn it. I fell for it too. Uchiha Sasuke. So you're a fool. Nara Shikamaru. The layout of this illusion is really rough. If you are fooled, it will save you a lot of trouble by kicking you out of the Chunin exam. Naruto. Sasuke angrily grabs Naruto's collar directly from behind. A chakra penetrates into Naruto's body, causing the latter to wake up. Huh. How did it become 201? Naruto said with hindsight. Even if you can't see that this is an illusion, can't you remember how many stairs you have walked up the stairs? You have just reached the second floor. Sasuke couldn't help but hold his forehead and said. Let's not talk about ninjas, even ordinary people shouldn't fall into this kind of illusion, right? Even, using this illusion technique feels a bit insulting to IQ. Hateful. Rao used Naruto's thick lines, and felt a little embarrassed and ashamed at this moment. Sasuke sighed, and began to explain to Naruto how to recognize and decipher illusions. Please wait. A youthful voice comes from behind. Sasuke turned his head and saw a boy in a green tights who looked like a kappa. Rock Lee? Sasuke has heard about the other party. The other party is a year older than me, only knows physical skills but has graduated from ninja school. That lovely lady with pink hair, please associate with me, I will risk my life to protect you. Xiao Li gave a thumbs up, a mouthful of white teeth gleaming. Silent. Little Sakura feels her brain trembling. Compared to him, Naruto looks more delicate and cute. Rock Lee. Whoa, why is this happening? Uzumaki Naruto. Sakura-chan, are you complimenting me? Tien. Xiao Li, your appearance is indeed too strange, it will scare girls. Nara Shikamaru. Especially, little Sakura looks at Sasuke's face every day, the contrast is too obvious. Rock Lee. Damn it, is it great to be handsome? I think I look good like this. Might Guy. Lee. It's good that you can think like this, you can't doubt yourself because of others. Rock Lee. Yes, teacher Guy. Tien, you two are hopeless. Little Sakura shivered and hid behind Sasuke. Do you want to pursue little Sakura? But she is my girlfriend, you will make me feel troubled. Sasuke moved his body slightly, keeping little Sakura behind. You are Uchiha Sasuke, right? I have heard of your name in the ninja school, and Neji at our level is called the two geniuses of the ninja school. Xiao Li's eyes burst into flames of war. Genius. This is exactly what he wants to challenge. Please fight a duel between men with me. Xiao Li said excitedly. Defeat Sasuke and win the heart of that little Miss Sakura. When he thinks of this, he feels motivated. A duel between men. Sasuke said thoughtfully, turned his head to look at the little Sakura behind him, turned his face slightly, and gestured. Huh. Are you here? Little Sakura blushed in an instant, and pecked lightly on Sasuke's face. Here, what you said, you lost the duel between men. Sasuke turned his head and said to Xiao Li, click. Silent. Xiao Li's whole body seems to have turned gray and white, splitting apart. Kneeling on the ground and sitting down, his arms beat the ground continuously, tears streaming down his face. Why? Why is this? Even if I don't know any ninjutsu or illusion, I have never felt such a strong blow because of it. Uzumaki Naruto. Oh little Sakura, how could this be? Damn Sasuke. Rock Lee. Whoa, little Miss Sakura, don't do that kind of thing. Tianshan. Xiao Li is so miserable, I seem to hear the sound of heartbreak. Hitaki Kakashi. A duel between men. Does Sasuke understand it that way? Jiraiya. It's really a loss. Nara Shikamaru, Xiao Li and Sasuke. The gap in strength is probably not as big as this gap. Yuhihong. You guys. How long have Sasuke and little Sakura in the world over there been boyfriend and girlfriend, and they just broke their defenses now? Tsunade. Some things, if they don't let them see the cruelest scene, they won't give up. Terumi Mei. The licking dog sees the object he licks, and asks for everything in front of others. Tisk, it's too miserable. Rock Lee. Woo. After a small episode. The three are seated in the examination room of the first session of the Chunin exam. Sasuke sweeps his eyes around, observing the people in the examination room. Those three people from Sanagakure, everyone has surpassed Chunin's strength, and that Gaara is still the Jinchuriki of one tail. Hyuga Neji is a teammate with that Kappa and a student of Mr. Might Guy, a close friend of Mr. Kakashi. A guy with gray-blue hair and glasses, he feels very powerful. What the hell? Why is there such a character in Konoha Genin? And it seems to be secretly looking at him, I don't know why. A girl with red hair and glasses, wearing a grass-hidden village forehead protector, chakra seems to be a lot. The people who are worth noting are probably these. In addition to Konoha and Sand Shinobi, there are Takigakure, Kusakashi, and a Tonin village that have only appeared in recent years. Uzumaki Naruto. Ah, that's senior. But he gave up in the third qualifier before. Why does Sasuke think he's strong? Hitaki Kakashi. Naruto. Stop yelling, that guy is probably from Orochimaru. Previously. After the third qualifier of the Chunin exam, this guy once came to attack Sasuke, took down several Anbu easily, and was finally stopped by him. Orochimaru. Hihi, Ko, it seems that no matter which world you are in, you have been exposed. Yukushi Kabuto. Silent. Gently push the glasses. I should be very inconspicuous in the first round of the Chunin exam. Unexpectedly, he was noticed by Uchiha Sasuke in another world. As expected, he is the genius Orochimaru-sama favors. Uchiha Sasuke. It's the guy who took the Chunin exam for the 7th time, is he good? Hitaki Kakashi. Well, it's probably 50-50 with me, it's very dangerous for you guys. The first exam will start soon. Sasuke looked at the 9 questions on the test paper and was slightly surprised. These questions are a little difficult. Tisk, I despised the Chunin exam before, but I didn't expect the questions to be of a certain level. However, it is naturally not a problem for him. Pick up the pen and start answering easily. Nara Shikamaru. The first test is about intelligence gathering, right? Yamanaka Ino. Well, it seems that only little Sakura in our class can answer the questions by himself. Uzumaki Naruto. Ah. Didn't those questions ask us to answer them? Damn. I was dying of anxiety at the time, and I didn't know a single question. Uchiha Sasuke. Idiot. Didn't you realize it until now? Jiraiya. How did Naruto pass this kind of exam? Morinoi Hibiki. He passed the test of the 10th question, and the previous ones were handed in blank. Puff. Everyone couldn't hold back anymore. Handing in blank papers actually passed the exam. Answer the questions easily. Sasuke looked up and realized something was wrong. Most of the people around me seem to be very anxious. Looking at the examiners on both sides, Sasuke realized that this exam is probably about intelligence gathering ability. Silent. Still overestimated the Chunin exam. The topic is obviously only slightly difficult. Hehe. A group of people couldn't help but roll their eyes at Sasuke. Do you think everyone is as pervert as you? Orochimaru. After all, Sasuke over there is a genius who can learn chakra nature transformation through reading. Hitaki Kakashi. With the amount of books that Sasuke over there has read, I'm afraid it's more than enough to take the Jonin exam. Yuhihong. Jonin probably doesn't have his knowledge. Senju Hashirama. Speaking of it, this little guy is quite miserable. He is obviously the child of the Uchiha patriarch, but suddenly he has nothing, and then he can only read books. Senju Tobirama. I feel a little sympathetic to the evil Uchiha. Onoki. Indeed, if you want to improve your strength, you can only read books. Unlike Sarutobi, who can arrange Jonin tutoring for his grandson. Fourth Raikage. Even to find the truth, you can only read and think by yourself. Terumi Mei. We think Uchiha Sasuke is talented and strong, but it's not easy for him to get to this point. Sasuke looks at his teammates. Little Sakura is also slowly answering questions, and her theoretical level is not a problem. Naruto. Is anxious now like an ant on a hot pan. He puts his head in his hands, wondering if he should take a peek at the test paper of the person next to him. Well. Sasuke sighed inwardly. I still have to help myself. Seizing an opportunity to meet Naruto's gaze, Sasuke's Sharingan suddenly casts an illusion. Naruto, I cast an illusion on you. Next, I will take over your body. Don't resist. Sasuke's voice sounded deep in Naruto's mind. Sasuke. Naruto almost burst into tears. This is the first time he will be so excited when he hears Sasuke's voice. Whoa, Sasuke, I will never call you a fart anymore, you are really my savior. Naruto babbles in the spiritual world. Shut up, don't talk. Sasuke scolded angrily. Oh shit. Did I owe Naruto in my previous life? Why does it feel like an old mother raising a child? Controlling Naruto's body, quickly finish answering the question. Sasuke was about to exit Naruto's mental space just now, and suddenly found that the scene in front of him changed. The surroundings turned into a dark sewer. Ahead is a huge prison. Namikaze Minato. This is the sealed space of 9 tails. Senju Tobirama. This evil Uchiha kid, he actually entered the sealed space of 9 tails. Senju Hashirama. Tobirama, how many times have I said, don't? Senju Tobirama. Brother. Is this a normal thing? If that brat moves 9 tails, Konoha will be destroyed by him. Namikaze Minato. It shouldn't be, the seal I left is still very strong. Uchiha Madara. Interesting, I hope Uchiha Sasuke will release 9 tails and give Konoha a big one directly. Onoki. The 9 tails rebellion is here again for Konoha, hehe, Sarutobi, you don't have the 4th Hokage to seal 9 tails desperately this time. Uzumaki Kushina. Sasuke wouldn't do that, would he? Naruto will die if 9 tails is released. Uchiha Makoto. Probably not, Sasuke in that world also regards Naruto as a friend. Senju Tobirama. Hehe. For the evil Uchiha, that's a no-brainer. Uchiha Madara. Senju Tobirama, you bastard, you say evil Uchiha every day. If he doesn't release 9 tails, wouldn't he be sorry for your name? Senju Tobirama. Silent. Senju Hashirama. I told you not to be hostile to Uchiha all the time, but you just didn't listen. Hitaki Kakashi. The relationship between Sasuke and Naruto over there is still good, so there should be no need to worry. 9 tails. Seeing the figure behind the huge red prison, Sasuke felt his soul tremble. The strongest tailed beast, 9 tails. A horrible chakra breath, even through the seal, he can feel it. The amount of terrifying chakra is immeasurable like the sea. Around, the dark red chakra overflowed through the prison, floating around him like mist. Just the overflowing chakra is already more than his own total chakra. Sure enough, it is worthy of the name of the strongest tailed beast. Roar. 9 tails let out a breathtaking roar from behind the prison. Little devil, open the seal. I can feel the hatred in your heart, open the seal, and I will help you kill all your enemies. 9 tails' voice exudes a deceptive smell, however. Hearing this, Sasuke couldn't help frowning. 9 tails, your IQ doesn't seem to be very high. Roar. 9 tails let out a terrifying roar. Damn kid, what are you talking about? Sasuke's expression has calmed down. Is not it? First, if your strength can really solve all problems, then why were you finally sealed by the 4th Hokage? Second, this is the seal left by the 4th Hokage. I just entered Naruto's sealed space through Sharingan's illusion. Do you think I can help you unlock the seal? Are you underestimating 4th Hokage? 9 tails in the red prison was stunned when he heard this. It seems to be right. The seal left by 4th Hokage, how could it be so easy to break? Namikaze Minato. Indeed, I still have a backhand. Even if the seal on the prison is lifted, 9 tails will not be able to get out. 9 tails. Damn 4th generation. I'll tear your kid to pieces when I get out. Senju Hashirama. Is the tailed beast in the chat room too? 1 tail. Idiot Kurama. Don't you want to bewitch Jinchuriki one day to break the seal? Thinking of this, Shuhei couldn't help laughing. That guy Kurama worked so hard to trick Jinchuriki to unlock the seal, only to find out that the 4th Hokage's seal still has a backhand. At that time, Kurama's expression will probably be very exciting. 9 tails. Shut up, you 1-tailed scum. Killer B. Xiao Ba, are you there? 8 tails. B. Stop screaming you idiot. Only then did everyone realize that the tailed beast was actually in the chat room. Hey, I used to think that the average IQ of people in the ninja world was worrying, but I didn't expect even-tailed beasts to be like this. Tail beasts should have existed in the ninja world for at least hundreds or even thousands of years. Why is your IQ still so low? Can you, like me, use your brains more? Sasuke stands outside the prison, taunting Nine Tails brazenly. Roar. Brat, do you want to die? Nine Tails roared angrily. Oh shit. Why didn't I think of it earlier? That guy from 4th Hokage will definitely have someone behind him, and he won't let himself go out easily. You are wondering why you didn't think of it, right? Let me tell you the answer, because you are stupid, like most people in this ninja world, very stupid. Although you have a brain, it is just a display. Sasuke continues to mock. Damn brat. Wait until I get out, and watch how I kill you. Nine Tails was shaking with anger. Waiting for you to go out? Tisk tisk. I'm afraid it won't be possible in the next few decades. Maybe you will be able to get rid of the seal one day, but at that time I will die of old age. Where are you going to avenge me? Roar. Nine Tails was getting more and more irritable by Sasuke's taunt, and the dark red chakra gradually penetrated through the seal. Sasuke opens the Sharingan and observes these misty chakra. It seems that I can use Sharingan to control these chakra? In the legend, in the battle between Uchiha Madara and First Hokage in the Valley of the End, Uchiha Madara was the Nine Tails controlled. The Nine Tails rebellion 12 years ago, there were also some rumors that Nine Tails was controlled by Sharingan. Sharingan, do you really have the ability to control tailed beasts? Thinking to himself, Sasuke looked at the foggy chakra next to him, stretched out his hand, and tried to control it with Sharingan. Successful. Sasuke's eyes light up. Those misty chakra, controlled by him, turn into various shapes. Sharingan can really. Well, let's be conservative, at least it can control the tail beast chakra. Senju Tobirama. This evil brat, he's provoking Nine Tails on purpose to let Nine Tails' chakra seep out, and try to control it. Uchiha Madara. Nine Tails is really not very smart, just so stupidly stimulated and furious, and then chakra penetrates more and more. Nine Tails. Damn Uchiha Madara. Uchiha Madara. What are you screaming about? Nine Tails. Damn Uchiha Madara. What can you, a dead man, do to me? Underworld, Pure Land. Uchiha Madara gritted his teeth. Nine Tails, right? Wait until I'm resurrected to see how I deal with you tailed beasts. Onoki. Sarutobi, would you like to guess what Uchiha Sasuke is trying to control Nine Tails chakra for? Orochimaru. Sensei Sarutobi, are you panicking? Sarutobi Hiruzen. Silent. He really started to panic. Kim Sasuke from the parallel world has always been hostile to the Sarutobi clan since he returned to the Uchiha clan at the age of 9. Seeing Konohamaru, expecting him to be beaten, also provoked the relationship between Sarutobi Asuma and Yuhihong. I have no respect for him, the third Hokage, in my heart. If he was allowed to gain the power of Nine Tails, his self in another world would really be in danger. Sharingan can control the tailed beast chakra, but can he control the tailed beast? Sasuke frowned in thought. If any pair of 3 Tomo Sharingan can control the tailed beast, then the Uchiha clan can completely conquer the Sengoku world thousands of years ago in the Sengoku era. Will be overwhelmed by the Senju clan. Probably. It has something to do with the pupil power. You need the pupil power to reach a certain level before you can control the tailed beast. Sasuke guessed in his heart. He has recently felt that his Sharingan pupil power is gradually improving. It seems that even in Sangoku, Sharingan's pupil power is still different and will change. For example, he discovered during daily sparring with Mr. Kakashi that Mr. Kakashi's 3 Tomo Sharingan seems to have much higher pupil power than his own Sharingan. If your pupil power reaches a certain limit, you may be able to use Sharingan to control the tail beast and control the power of the tail beast. Senju Tobirama. Damn it, this brat is really coveting the power of the tailed beast. What Jin Sasuke intends to do with the power of the tailed beast is self-evident. Onoki. If you want to control the tail beast, you may need to reach the level of Mangekyo Sharingan, just like Uchiha Madara. Uchiha Fugaku. Hatake Kakashi's Sharingan pupil power is higher than Sasuke. A foreigner can develop the Sharingan to such an extent. Uchiha Obito. Silent. Hehe. Jin Sasuke feels that Kakashi's Sharingan has higher pupil power, which is normal. Kakashi's Sharingan, which looks like a Sangudama, is actually a Mangekyo. It's just that Kakashi is too useless. He awakened Mangekyo with him more than 10 years ago, but he hasn't noticed it until now. However, Jinchuriki will die if the tailed beast leaves its body, right? Even if it is controlled without leaving its body, it will probably hurt Jinchuriki. Thinking of this, the corners of Sasuke's mouth twitch. If Nine-Tails Jinchuriki is someone else, that's fine. For revenge, Sasuke will feel guilty for hurting the strange Nine-Tails Jinchuriki, but he will probably still do it. But Nine-Tails Jinchuriki is Naruto. Although Naruto is blah, has no common sense, always drags himself down, always provokes himself. But this guy, probably, is still my friend. He hurt Naruto for his own revenge, and he couldn't bear it. Well, let's forget it for the time being. Whether Sharingan can control the tail beast is still a matter of debate. Besides, there is still a one tail in the village now. Sasuke comforted himself. Looks again at the massive mist chakra around. These infiltrated chakra should interfere with Naruto's chakra control, right? No wonder Naruto's chakra control ability is so poor. Forget it. Just help that idiot. Hey, Nine-Tails, eat your excrement yourself. Sasuke used Sharingan to control the escaped Nine-Tails chakra, and sent it back to the inside of the red prison. Damn brat, don't let me see you again. Nine-Tails sees Sasuke's figure disappear, roaring angrily. Senju Hashirama. Sure enough, I said that the child is still very good, it is impossible to hurt his companion. Namikaze Minato. I even helped Naruto control the overflowing Nine-Tails chakra. In the next period of time, Naruto's chakra control ability should increase rapidly. Uzumaki Kushina. Well, if only Makoto's Sasuke was a girl, it would be a good pair with my little Naruto. Uchiha Makoto. Silent. Uchiha Sasuke. Who is dating that idiot? Uzumaki Naruto. You're an idiot. Asshole Sasuke, you're saying I'm always lagging behind? Uchiha Sasuke. You're an idiot, that's what I said in another world, of course, I feel the same way. Jiraiya. Haha. The relationship between the two little guys is still very good. In another world, there is no need to worry about Kim Sasuke hurting Naruto. Temari. But he seems to be eyeing Gaara, silent. I was a little flustered. I don't know what the future holds for me in another world. Help Naruto finish answering the question. Next, the examiner Morino Ibiki announced the 10th question. Candidates need to make a choice. If they do not answer, they will quit the exam directly. If they answer, they will be banned from the Chunin exam forever if they fail, and the entire team will be banned if one person fails. Under the oppression of Morino Ibiki, candidates continued to choose to quit. Sasuke looked at the cold-faced Morino Ibiki and understood. He heard from Mr. Kakashi, who is the monitor of the Konoha torture class, who is best at creating psychological pressure for people. It seems that the so-called 10th question is the choice itself. After understanding this, Sasuke used Sharingan's illusion to send messages to small Sakura and Naruto, telling them not to quit. Really? After no one continued to quit, Morino Ibiki announced the result of the assessment. Everyone who stayed passed the first test. Silent. Sasuke looks at his filled test paper. Then I worked so hard to answer the questions and even helped Naruto answer the questions, what's the point? Answered loneliness. Mitarashi Anko, the second examiner, broke into the examination room directly and announced the location of tomorrow's second examination, the Forest of Death. After walking out of the examination room, Sasuke remembered something and said to Naruto. Naruto, your chakra control ability should be enough now, hurry up and practice after you go back, and achieve single-player instant Rasengan as soon as possible. Naruto scratched his head, puzzled. You said that, I found it really easier to control chakra? How so? What happened? Stop thinking about it, go back and practice quickly. Sasuke rolled his eyes and said. The next day. Death Forest. Mitarashi Anko, the chief examiner of the second session of the Chunin exam, announced the exam rules. Candidates need to gather all the earth coiling shafts and arrive at the central tower within 5 days. 9 people from Sasuke's same class gathered together. Shikamaru, Shino, I suggest you 2 classes join forces. There are some more dangerous people participating in this Chunin exam. It will be safer if there are more people. In addition, both of you, Hinata and Ino, have the ability to perceive. You should observe the surrounding situation alternately. If you encounter a strong chakra reaction, dodge in advance and don't fight with each other. Sasuke suggested to the 6 people in the 8th and 10th classes. Shikamaru and Shino have smarter brains, and they should be able to seek advantages and avoid disadvantages, plus the perception ability of Hinata and Ino. The 2 classes are joined together, basically there will be no danger. Is it necessary? Just a Chunin exam? Inuzuka feels a little fussed. He thinks that his strength is quite strong, and he doesn't need to cooperate with other classes. That's Sanagakure's red-haired gourd baby. Did you see it? He is probably Sanagakure's one-tailed Jinchuriki. Sasuke pointed to Gaara and said, if you don't know what a Jinchuriki is because you skipped class, you can ask Shikamaru to give it to you later. You popular science. Silent. Inuzuka Tooth scratches his head. He really doesn't know what Jinchuriki is. Aside. Shikamaru and Shino turned serious, looked at each other, and accepted Sasuke's proposal. Sanagakure even dispatched Jinchuriki as a strategic weapon. It's normal for them to be careful. Hinata and Ino naturally listened to Sasuke, and Choji followed Shikamaru's opinion. People in the two classes quickly reached an agreement and decided to join forces in the second exam. Seeing this, Sasuke is relieved. He is mainly worried about the safety of Hinata and Ino, who are not in the same class as him, and the second exam may be in danger. Next, Sasuke reminded them of the dangerous people they need to pay attention to, such as the Sand Shinobi trio, such as the gray-blue-haired man with glasses. Nara Shikamaru. Excellent, Sasuke in that world can be said to be a leader. Namikaze Minato. Observe carefully to obtain information, formulate strategies and convince the crowd, it's really amazing. Orochimaru. Most people only pay attention to Sasuke's talent and strength, but more importantly, he is willing to use his brain and acquire knowledge. Only with these can he improve his strength. Senju Tobirama. Although I hate Uchiha, I agree with this statement. The kid's ability to improve so quickly cannot be attributed to talent. Inuzuka Tooth. He said that Shikamaru and Shino are smart. Does that mean my brain is not good? Damn it. Aburame Shino. Tooth, don't be ashamed. The second test begins. 8th and 10th squads acted together, but Sasuke's 7th squad did not join them. From the very beginning, Sasuke had a strange feeling. I seem to be being watched by someone all the time. It feels like being targeted by Lion Majesty. However, it was just a feeling. No matter how he looked at it, he couldn't find the source of this feeling. This makes Sasuke even more disturbed. The person who was spying on him in the dark is likely to be beyond imagination. Orochimaru. Hehe, I was discovered. 4th Raikage. Sure enough, there is still a gap in strength. Uchiha Sasuke can detect the threat of Yakushi Kabuto, but he cannot locate the existence of Orochimaru. Onoki. After all, Orochimaru is a veteran ninja powerhouse, and his ability to control breath is not comparable to that of ordinary Jonin. Uchiha Fugaku. Sasuke is really in danger. Uchiha Makoto. Hope that Sasuke from that world can escape Orochimaru. The second exam started soon. Neji, let's go find Uchiha Sasuke. I'm going to fight him in a real duel. Shao Li suggested to his teammates. He has recovered from yesterday's blow. This time, he's going to have a real fight with Uchiha Sasuke. Hyuga Neji frowned, and said, the opponent is very strong, it's best not to make extra troubles, and pass this test first. Neji, the other party is a genius who is as famous as you in the ninja school. Don't you want to challenge him? Shao Li didn't give up, and continued to persuade. Hyuga Neji saw his teammates' unwillingness to give up, sighed, and compromised. We can go to him, but I will not fight Uchiha Sasuke, and you should also pay attention. Enough is enough, don't fight, get on top. Yes. No problem. Target Uchiha Sasuke, let's go. Shao Li said excitedly. The other side. The 3 ninjas of Yinin village are also talking about something. Our mission is to find Uchiha Sasuke and kill him. Toss said to his teammates Sak and Jin. Jin. Understood. Sak. I hope his strength won't let me down. After finishing speaking, the 3 of them rushed towards the depths of the Death Forest together. At the same time, Sand Shinobi trio here. Go and kill a random team and collect all the scrolls. If you meet Uchiha Sasuke, go and kill him. Gaara crossed her arms and said indifferently. Uchiha Fugaku. Why are so many people eyeing Sasuke? Isn't one Orochimaru messy enough? Uchiha Makoto. Why did the 3 ninjas from Otoshi village want to kill Sasuke? Hyuga Neji. Shao Li over there is completely unaware of Sasuke's strength, and the end is estimated to be miserable. Tianshan. Shao Li will probably be psychologically shadowed by Sasuke. Rock Lee. Silent. I'm so flustered, I hope Sasuke will take it easy. Sasuke-kun, where are we going now? Little Sakura stops and asks. The three of them in the 7th class have already broken into the Death Forest for a certain distance, and the next step should be to collect the Earth Coiling Axis. In this way, you need to choose a team to attack. Naruto also looks at Sasuke. Although he is very unconvinced by Sasuke, he does admit that Sasuke is very strong and has a good brain. This kind of thing still needs Sasuke to make a decision. Sasuke pondered for a moment, pinching his forehead in distress. He originally planned to find the 3 Sanagakures, but how should he find them? Kakashi-sensei doesn't know any large-scale reconnaissance ninjutsu either. It would be nice if Hinata or Ino were here, both of them can do long-distance scouting. And my own team. That is, I have mastered a small range of reconnaissance ninjutsu. As for long-distance reconnaissance ninjutsu, Kakashi will not. Those are generally bloodline ninjutsu or family secrets, such as White Eyes, Kagura Mind Eyes, Yamanaka family's perception ninjutsu, etc. Thinking of Kagura's mind, Sasuke looked slightly disappointed at Naruto's expression. If it weren't for the fact that Naruto has a lot of chakra, he would suspect that Naruto's Uzumaki surname was given by the charging fee. Kagura Mind and Eyes will not, nor will adamantine sealing chains. There is only one chakra left. What do you mean by that expression? Naruto said, very dissatisfied. He actually looks like he despises him. If Sasuke hadn't helped him yesterday, according to Naruto's usual temperament, he couldn't help but be angry now. Sasuke looked at Naruto and said very seriously, I'm thinking now, whether I should beat Naruto to death, preferably half to death, to see if you can awaken any special ability. Uzumaki Naruto. What is Kagura Mind Eye? Is it similar to Sasuke's Sharingan? Senju Tobirama. You little brat's common sense is really bad. You're totally blind to the name Uzumaki. Namikaze Minato. Me and Kushina died when Naruto was born, and no one taught Naruto these things. Orochimaru. These are all things he can know by reading a few books. Minato, your son doesn't follow you at all except for his looks. Namikaze Minato. Silent. Uzumaki Kushina. Damn it. What Sasuke said is too ugly. What is a charging fee? Not everyone in the Uzumaki clan can awaken special talents. Sudden. Sasuke sensed a familiar sense of peeping. This feeling. It seems that someone is spying on him remotely with white eyes. Sasuke, who often played against Hinata, easily recognized this feeling and guessed who was coming. Hey, the problem is solved, and the detective ninja has delivered the goods to your door. Sasuke puts his hands in his pockets, waiting for the visitor leisurely. Soon. The 3 Neji from the 3rd class came to the front. Uchiha Sasuke, please have a real fight with me. Xiao Li's eyes are full of flames of war. This time, Sasuke can't rely on little Sakura-san to get by. Oh, little Sakura, your suitor is really persistent. Sasuke looked at Xiao Li's longing glances at Xiao Sakura from time to time, shook his head and said, I will always only have Sasuke-kun in my heart. Little Sakura said in a very firm tone, click. There seems to be a heartbreaking voice. Xiao Li's body trembled slightly, as if he had been hit again, but his intention to fight a duel did not waver at all. Well, it's all right. People are always staring at my girlfriend, isn't it inappropriate for me to ignore it? Sasuke looked at Xiao Li, the corners of his mouth slightly curled up, and a cold light flickered in his eyes. Although your teacher and my teacher are close friends, we are not familiar with each other at all. Xiao Li, let's just forget it. I suddenly feel that you are going to be unlucky. The bald-headed girl on the side said Tien Tien. In the face of battle, how can you retreat? Burn, my youth. Xiao Li didn't care at all, and roared excitedly. His whole figure disappeared in an instant, and kicked towards Sasuke with a volley. Snapped. Sasuke easily grabbed Xiao Li's ankle with one hand, felt his palm sink slightly, and praised. As expected of Mr. Might Guy's student, the weight you are wearing is terrifying for an ordinary genin. But, he is no ordinary genin. Xiao Li saw that one of his legs was being grabbed, so he quickly turned the other leg and kicked towards Sasuke's head. However, the body suddenly lost control. The scenery in front of me is changing rapidly, and my head seems to be approaching the ground quickly. Boom. Sasuke grabbed Xiao Li's leg, swung him like a sledgehammer, and smashed him to the ground. Puff. Cough cough. Xiao Li was almost smashed to the ground and lost his breath. Uchiha Sasuke, this guy is so strong, easily parrying my own leg, and then using myself as a weapon to swing. You know, the weight of your own weight plus the weight of the counterweight is very scary. Xiao Li tried his best to regain his senses, trying to break free from Sasuke's hand holding his ankle, but found that he couldn't do it at all. The hand seemed to be like an iron tongs, tightly wrapping around his ankle. Remember, don't always think about my girlfriend in the future. Sasuke's flat voice sounded. After finishing speaking, he swung Xiao Li violently again, lifted him from the ground, and fell towards the ground on the other side. Start again and again. Xiao Li was swung around like a toy in Sasuke's hands, unable to resist at all, and could only protect his head with all his might. Boom. 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 Humanoid potholes were smashed out one after another on the ground. Rock Lee. Damn it. There's no way to resist. Hyuga Neji. It's almost like an adult is bullying a child. Tien. It feels worse than this. Xiao Li is thrown around like a poor little chick. Nara Shikamaru. Always staring at other people's girlfriends, it's normal for Sasuke to teach me a lesson. And Xiao Li just looked miserable, but he didn't suffer any injuries. Uzumaki Naruto. But this kind of wrestling is too insulting. Little harm, but extremely insulting. Inuzuka Tooth. Sure enough, it's better not to mess with Sasuke over there, this guy is too vengeful. Xiao Li. How are you doing? Do you want my help? Neji on the side speaks. Although he felt that Xiao Li was taking the initiative to pick things up and deserved the beating, he was his teammate after all. No. No need. Xiao Li felt that he was thrown to the ground, but he still firmly refused. Uchiha Sasuke, he has to defeat on his own. Now is the time for him to burn his youth and prove his forbearance. 8 inner gates, the first gate, open the gate, open. Xiao Li shouted suddenly, however, boom, boom, boom. The sound of flesh hitting the ground. 8 inner gates, right. I'm still not convinced. I haven't fallen enough, have I? Sasuke was not affected at all, and still easily grabbed Xiao Li and threw him around. Second gate, open the Hue gate. Xiao Li still refuses to admit defeat and continues to open the door. Then, boom, boom, boom. You're still not convinced, are you? You don't have a long memory, do you? The situation remains the same. Third gate, Life gate, open. Boom, 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 silent. Xiao Li feels a little suspicious of life. I have already driven to the third gate. Why is it still like this? Why is there still no resistance? Is a genius so powerful? Stop. We won't fight anymore, put Xiao Li down. Neji on the side couldn't help but make a move. Uchiha Sasuke's strength seems to be beyond imagination. 8 inner gates drove to the third gate Xiao Li, which is enough to pose a huge threat to him, but in front of Uchiha Sasuke, he seems to be just like an ordinary person. You want to be the first bird, right? Sasuke swung Xiao Li, and drew Xiao Li towards Neji who was rushing towards him like a weapon. Boom. Puff. Puff. Xiao Li and Neji collided suddenly, and Neji was directly blown away by Xiao Li's brand weapon. Ahem. Damn it, you actually use me as a weapon. Ah. Xiao Li has not finished speaking, and feels that his body has lost control. The whole person was grabbed by the ankle by Sasuke, and turned around in the air like a big windmill. His brain became dizzy and he was about to vomit. The other side. Neji gets up after being knocked into the air. In fact, he could defend against that blow just now, but he hesitated. Because if he wanted to defend, he had to attack the opponent's weapon, which is Xiao Li. It was the first time that his teammate was being used as a weapon by others. He didn't react at all, and was directly thrown out. You put Xiao Li down, we won't fight anymore, we can ask Xiao Li to apologize to you. Neji spoke a lot more kindly. Ning. Neji. Don't ask him. I can do it. Xiao Li in the shape of a big windmill makes intermittent voices. Hold your arms crossed in front of your forehead, and suddenly swing down. 8 inner gates, fourth gate, injury gate, open. Xiao Li's skin is flushed, his whole body is covered with green fluorescent light, and his aura has increased a lot. Yes, at least your willpower is worthy of respect. Sasuke said slightly approvingly, but you are still not convinced, are you? Boom. Sasuke's figure rose sharply, and he picked up Xiao Li and smashed towards Neji who was beside him. Silent. Neji almost wanted to scold her. He has also experienced many missions, but he has never experienced such a strange situation. Is Xiao Li an idiot who can't understand the situation? Uchiha Sasuke's strength has far surpassed them, even the 8 inner gates are useless. Tien. It's too miserable, both Xiao Li and Neji were abused so badly. Might guy. This is too bullying. Kakashi, why did you let Sasuke take the Chunin exam, and just let him be promoted to Jonin? I'm afraid my two disciples will be shocked out of their psychological shadows. Hitaki Kakashi. That's something from another world, it's useless if you tell me. Nara Shikamaru. Shao Li's spirit of never giving up is indeed commendable, but we still need to see the situation clearly. Orochimaru. Hehe, that Hyuga Neji thinks that he and Sasuke are both geniuses in the ninja school, but there is a big difference between geniuses and geniuses. Hyuga Neji was beaten so hard that he could only dodge desperately, almost vomiting blood in his heart. Don't dare to attack, and don't dare to use force in defense, for fear of hurting Shao Li. However, after opening the fourth gate, Shao Li's power as a weapon to attack him has increased. Uchiha Sasuke smashed even more easily. I've never had such an aggrieved fight, it feels like Uchiha Sasuke beat them up directly. Don't fight anymore. Tien, who was on the sidelines, was at a loss as he watched his two teammates being brutalized. Although she really wanted to step forward to help. However, she is good at ninja tools. What if Uchiha Sasuke uses Shao Li as a shield if the ninja tool is thrown out? Tianshin feels that the other party is likely to do such a thing. Sasuke stopped chasing Neji, continued to swing Shao Li in his hand, swinging it around like a windmill, and asked, "Are you convinced now?" I don't. Shao Li was interrupted by Neji before he finished speaking. Li. Just think about it for me, let's stop fighting, okay? Neji felt like tears were about to fall. Shao Li refuses to accept it, but he has already accepted it. If he continues to fight, he feels like he's going crazy. I admit defeat. Shao Li finally spoke. Thrown on the ground by Sasuke, Shao Li immediately felt the world spinning. The ground under his feet seemed to be turning, his chest felt sick, and he vomited out with a wow. While throwing up, he uncontrollably spins on the ground, the vomit sticks all over his body. Tianshin. It's so disgusting. Shao Li, I knew you were going to be unlucky. Hyuga Neji. Why are you so blind to challenge Uchiha Sasuke? He in the other world was implicated so miserably. Rock Lee. Damn it, the 8 inner gates have reached the 4th gate, and it's still useless. Might Guy. The difference in your basic strength is too big. Even if you drive to the 5th gate, Shao Li, in Sasuke's hands, you can at most be at the level of an ordinary Jonin. Hitaki Kakashi. Shao Li challenged Sasuke with the idea of challenging a genius, but Sasuke over there can already be regarded as a strong player who has initially grown up. Gold frame on screen, continue playing. Shao Li's brain gradually returned to normal and stopped spinning. The stamina of 8 inner gates has increased, and now Shao Li only feels weak, his muscles are sore, and he can't move. Lying on the ground in his own vomit, the green tights on his body are also covered with his own vomit. The whole body exudes a disgusting smell. At that moment, Shao Li felt like he was going to spit out all the food from last month. Let me ask again, are you convinced now? Sasuke put his hands in his pockets and asked Shao Li, who was lying on the ground. I'm taken, Shao Li said weakly. Originally he was a little unconvinced, but because of Neji's request, he reluctantly conceded. But now, he has no strength at all. The mentality of striving for strength is much weaker now. Do you know you were wrong? Nu. What's wrong? I shouldn't have provoked you. Hey. I don't have any objection to you provoking me. Although it's a bit annoying, I can't stop it after all. But you always stare at little Sakura, which makes me a little dissatisfied. Me. Sasuke saw Shao Li still refused to give up, and stared at him. What? You haven't learned enough lessons, right? Do you still want to continue? I know. I will never stare at Miss Sakura again. Shao Li's voice is full of tears. How miserable. He was ruthlessly hanged and beaten, and then forced to give up thinking about his sweetheart. It deserves it. You miss a girl who has a boyfriend. If you get beaten up, you're asking for it. Tien complained from the side. Sasuke looked at Neji and Tianshin, and said. Now it's your turn. Hand over your scrolls. Neji sighed, and didn't resist anymore, just took out his scroll and threw it over. Scroll of the sky, it happens to be what we need, so I accept it. Do you have any objections? Sasuke said while putting the scroll into the ninja bag. Tianshin rolled his eyes, and said angrily, no objection. You put it all away. Why are you asking? Deliberately stimulate people. Next item. We need a scout ninja here. We have recruited Hyuga Neji. Do you have any comments? Sasuke's tone carried a hint of refusal. No comment. Hyuga Neji gritted his teeth and agreed. This bastard. What the hell is the word, requisition, what are you taking it for? Tien. That Sasuke has such a bad personality, he completely treats Neji as a detective tool. Hyuga Neji. Tianshin, you don't have to say it. Nara Shikamaru. If I remember correctly, Sasuke seems to want to scout ninjas to lead them to that Gaara? Inuzuka Tooth. Haha, the next victim has appeared. Tamari. You guys underestimate Gaara too. Gaara is not so easy to be manipulated by Uchiha Sasuke. Gaara. I don't feel confident enough. If I want to deal with Uchiha Sasuke in another world, I may need to use Shuzuru's power. Then, the third thing. Sasuke suddenly looked at Tianshin and asked, do you know medical ninjutsu? Huh? Medical ninjutsu? I don't know much about this. Answered every day. I don't know why Sasuke suddenly asked this. The opponent shouldn't need a medical ninja, right? In this Chunin exam, he should be the only one who hurt others, how could he hurt himself? Just some simple bandages are all you need. For example, if your leg is broken, you should be able to do some emergency treatment, right? Sasuke continued to ask. If it's just a temporary treatment, it's still fine. Being more and more confused every day. That's good. Sasuke nodded, very satisfied. Walking up to Shao Li, stretched out his foot to touch it lightly, and said, although he said that he gave up on Shao Sakura, this guy seems to be extremely persistent. I think it is necessary to improve his memory. After finishing speaking, I kicked Rock Lee's leg with sudden force. Click. Ah! Shao Li's body suddenly arched, and he couldn't help hugging his legs. His leg was kicked and broken. What are you doing? Tien suddenly stopped in front of Shao Li, and Neji on the side became vigilant again. It's just an ordinary lesson, but it will probably take him to lie in bed for 3 months. Well, didn't you just say that you can do emergency treatment? Hurry up. Sasuke said flatly. Every day I feel that my thoughts are stuck. This guy just asked her if she would bandage her up urgently. Was it for this? Neji sighed and said, Tianshin, hurry up and bandage Shao Li. Shao Li probably won't be able to pass the Chunin exam. Even if he and Tianshin can lead Shao Li to pass the second test, the third test is a personal battle. It is conceivable that Shao Li's fracture must have not healed when the third exam started. Damn it, no, Neji, I can continue to take the exam. Even if I can only stand on one leg, I still have to take the Chunin exam. Shao Li said in a firm tone. Seeing this, Sasuke nodded approvingly and said, yes, I did not misread you, you are indeed extremely persistent. I feel like I only broke one leg right now. It seems that there is no way to completely dispel your thoughts about little Sakura. Do you want another one? Speaking, Sasuke raised his foot to Shao Li's other leg eagerly. No. No need, I give up the Chunin exam. Shao Li said very aggrieved. Wu teacher guy, I'm going to let you down. You bastard, are you a devil? Tianshin couldn't help but complain to Sasuke. She can also see now that Sasuke actually doesn't have much malice towards them. It's just because Shao Li was staring at his girlfriend, which made him feel uncomfortable, so he wanted to teach Shao Li a lesson. As for other things, such as throwing Shao Li around, using Shao Li as a weapon to attack Neji, stealing their scrolls, recruiting Neji as a toolman, etc. Although it looks very bad, it actually didn't cause them much loss. Even kicking and breaking Shao Li's leg, he asked himself in advance whether he would deal with it urgently. In fact, it would not cause irreversible effects on Shao Li. Rock Lee. Huh? It seems to be true, the worst thing is that I need to lie down for a few months. Hyuga Neji. Although the result is not serious, what this guy did is still too nasty. He still can't forget the previous scene. Uchiha Sasuke slammed Shao Li, who opened 8 inner gates wildly at him, forcing him to dodge. He in another world might feel depressed and want to vomit blood. Tianshin. It's true that my personality is too bad. Hatake Kakashi. After all, Sasuke over there knows that your teacher and I are friends, he can't really hit you hard. At most, it's insulting. Tien began to bandage Shao Li with a face full of reluctance. Just now Shao Li was dizzy and rolled around, covered in vomit, and now his whole body exudes an unpleasant smell. Shao Li, you really stink. With a bitter face every day, he quickly treated Shao Li's injured leg. Okay. Now I need to borrow your supercilious eyes to help us search for a target. Sasuke said to Neji. Neji had no intention of resisting at all, but when he was about to act, He looked at Xiao Li and fell silent. Xiao Li is now in the exhaustion period after the end of 8 inner gates, and also broke a leg. It's impossible for them to leave Xiao Li alone. Tian Tian is still a girl. So, he can only take Xiao Li in charge and move on. Woohoo! Neji. We really are partners who can entrust our lives to each other. Xiao Li lay on Neji's back, very touched. Li, please stop talking, I'm about to be smoked to death by you. Neji pinched his nose and said, want to lose my sense of smell right now. Whoa, Neji, why did you say that too? Xiao Li feels very hurt. Might Guy. Ah, Xiao Li's leg is broken, that's great. Rock Li. Mr. Guy. What are you talking about? Tian Tian. Teacher, is your brain finally broken? Might Guy. No, listen to me, since Xiao Li in another world has broken his leg now, he can't continue to take the next exam. What does that mean? It means that Xiao Li in the parallel world will never encounter the battle with Gaara again. In the previous battle with Gaara, one arm and one leg of Xiao Li were almost comminuted, and now it is not sure whether it can be cured. I have to walk with a cane, and I am not sure whether I can continue to be a ninja in the future. If there is no such battle in another world, then Xiao Li will not become like this world now. Hitaki Kakashi. It is indeed a good thing. Although a wonderful battle is missing, it is more important that Xiao Li's body is normal and intact. With Xiao Li's previous injuries, even if he can be cured in the future, it's hard to say whether there will be any sequelae. This is too terrible for Xiao Li at his age. It is the period of rapid growth in strength. If there are any serious sequelae caused by a battle in the Chunin exam, it will be called the loss outweighs the gain. Rock Li. In other words, although my leg is broken in another world, it's actually a good thing. Might Guy. Great thing. Thank you Sasuke from another world, for helping Xiao Li escape from disaster. Rock Li. Thank you Sasuke. Hyuga Neji. Is there something wrong with the brain circuits of the two of you? Tian Tian. It feels weird, Sasuke kicked and broke Xiao Li's leg, but the result is a good thing. Nara Shikamaru. It's a blessing in disguise, although no one in the other world realizes it. I need you to help me search for a target, the other party is 3. A sand shinobi ninja, I don't know if you have an impression. Sasuke described the appearance of the 3 people in Gaara. 3 of them? I noticed it yesterday. Neji nods. Those 3 people should be the most powerful people in this Chunin exam. Sasuke nodded and said with satisfaction, very good. The target is them, and the red-haired gourd baby among them is probably Sand Shinobi's one-tailed Jinchuriki, if it appears in your white eyes. If it's Nonaka, it should be easy to notice. Hyuga Neji. Silent. Scratch head. Did he hear something wrong? One-tailed Jinchuriki? Did Sanagakure send Jinchuriki? Damn. Is Uchiha Sasuke crazy? How dare he stare at such a dangerous person? You. Do you want to think about it again? I feel like I'm getting scared every day. That's not how you look for death, and you have to take them to look for death together. I don't quite understand. What is Hyo Jinchuriki? Xiao Li feels that he is out of tune with other people. Naruto wanted to show off to Xiao Li the knowledge he had just learned from Sasuke, but suddenly remembered his identity, touched his belly, and showed off. It's gone in an instant. I advise you to give up, your strength is indeed very strong, but compared with a strategic weapon like Jinchuriki, it is far from enough. Neji suggested sincerely. I just need you to help me find him, and you don't have to worry about the rest of the matter. Well, when you find that the other party appears in your field of vision, just tell me, and then you can leave directly, I will not implicate you. Sasuke pondered for a moment and said, he doesn't know the strength of Sand Shinobi's one-tailed Jinchuriki. The only thing he can refer to is Naruto, who has 9 tails Jinchuriki. If you don't consider the power of the tailed beast, Sasuke is confident that he has no rivals among his peers. If the opponent uses the power of the tailed beast, you can still escape if you can't fight it. Just take the little Sakura and Naruto and run away. Furthermore, Naruto still has 9 tails in his body, what a smash.